Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. It is Monday, and it means it's time for Monday Night Raw. And there he is, John Cena. I figured he'd be starting the show out, so I hurried and jumped on. Still waiting for Delitha, but she is not in the room right now. See if I can get things set up on the fly. Running a little bit behind, as normal it seems like anymore. Anyways, there we go. John Cena, representing the Green Bay Packers. He's like Tom Lombardi, Vince Lombardi, not Tom Lombardi. I was putting Tom Laundry and Vince Lombardi in the same name. Old Tom Landry. There she is.
Unfluff my hair. It was crazy looking. Looked like I was a crazy person today.
You are crazy.
Whoa.
Pump the brakes, son.
You need to chill out with your rudeness. Hello, all
Pump
you
the
wrestling
brakes.
people out there. How are
There he
your
is.
lives?
John Cena. Now, we have not
Sticking my
done
hand
roll
up and
call
down
or
my
anything
shirts.
just yet, but we will do it.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, look, I can hear it here pretty soon. I can listen to
It's just John Cena rapping right now. Back in the day, about 30 years ago when he started rapping.
So he's a geriatric. Okay.
He's probably the same age as Edge, or right around the same age.
Yeah.
A little bit younger.
Alright. Okay. Aaron, you know the rules. Do not spam the chat. Do not spam the chat, bud. Calm down. Alright, so looks like we got Aaron in there. Sophie's out there. Caden Parks is with us tonight. Hey, Caden Parks. We have Roberto
Appreciate
with us.
ya.
Hey, Roberto. Jacob Hagin is out there. Hey, everybody. How was your weekends? Although we did see some of you last night, so. How was your weekends? Although we did see some of you last night.
It was like an echo or something. I don't know what that was.
Did I can repeat myself? Yay! It's always my favorite.
It's almost like I still hear it. It's yours this time, isn't it?
Talk.
Well, oh, did I not go all the way down?
Because you're in the full of
No.
mine. We got Alita with us. Hey, Alita. The white stripe on the screen is the top of our computer.
Oh. Just the top of it.
It's just the top.
Boop. See if that worked.
No, it's still there.
Oh yeah, I didn't even touch it. Looks like I did nothing.
No, but might as well just put it back because then I can't read everything very well.
Uh-oh. He's trying to get the crowd into it.
It's deafening loud.
Old school. Raw is Cena. Used to be Raw's Jericho, but they're in Dallas.
We want to hear you say out there where you're at. We have Johan in the chat. Hey,
Johan.
Johan.
Thanks for
Vindicator's
hanging out
with
with us.
us.
There's
Hey,
Vin.
Vindicator. We got Ravi. Hey, Ravi. Let's see. Oh, do you?
He knows what everybody's thinking.
He knows everything. Sophie wanted to know, wonder who do you laugh at tonight? I don't know. Somebody, I'm sure.
Who are you going to laugh at?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that cries.
Probably anybody that
No
cries.
mercy for the weak. OTSS, only the strong
I can
survive.
now laugh at Aaron because he cried when he came out, and I said finally. So.
Finally.
I can
Cena
laugh at
has
that.
returned to Dallas.
Pat back if you couldn't see him. That's funny.
Vince McMahon.
Roman Reigns? Oh,
the fans.
Sophie says, with Cena being back until probably after SummerSlam, it will get people who haven't watched the WWE after he left to come back, and it probably will get people who ever watched wrestling before to watch it.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Somebody watched Cock Blockers and they're like, I want to see that guy wrestle. You know, he took a shot up his butt. You know, I really want to see how he handles this.
Right. So I started watching wrestling alone in 15 or 16. I'm still not too used to it, and I kind of miss talking to people about wrestling. Yeah, Aaron's hoping that Goldberg doesn't come out. If he does, I'm never watching this product again. That's what you all say. We all know it's lies. Sophie says, I found out years ago my grandma was a wrestling fan, and she went to the first Mania. She died in 1998. That's pretty cool to know.
That's cool to know she went to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I said that's cool to know. That the information was really cool. That your grandma passed away is sad. Roberto says, hello, I didn't know Cena would be there last night. That was the surprise, right?
It is. There's one surprise.
Jacob Jean says, this is John Cena fighting. And hey, Alita says,
here's the
hi.
why, guys. He's going to tell us the why.
Oh.
So he told us who brought him back. Now it's the why.
Aaron's delayed that Bill comes out. I'm never watching this product again. I hope the rumors aren't true. I hope they're true. So you can lie to yourself about not watching it again. Johan says John Cena might lose at SummerSlam and he might retire to do a movie in Hollywood.
Absolutely. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Indicator's like, so old man Cena said, let's get to work.
They cut that out. Whatever he said right there. I don't know if you guys could read lips. And if you could, make sure you write that in the comments because I want to know what he said.
Yeah, what the hell did he say? Did he swear?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
John Cena's not supposed to swear. Isn't he supposed to be all like PG dude?
He looks like Ernest P. Worrell or Wild or whatever that guy's name is.
He's gotten old. He's got exclamation points.
But on steroids.
Ooh.
And he needs to come down just one peg. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to ruin his career.
Roman Reigns needs to come down a peg.
Good thing you're on Raw.
Which for him is just talking.
Roman is on SmackDown.
And kissing fans' asses seems like he is overpaid to me. Oh. Ravi's in the chat. Hey, Ravi says, D loving Cena. I'm pretty sure that's your hero. You're like our truth.
I am?
No, Ravi is.
The R-Truth?
He's like our truth in being a fan of Cena.
Since he was a baby.
Since he was a baby.
I remember growing up with John Cena. When I was a kid.
Yeah, Joanne says John Cena should be in SmackDown, not Trash Raw.
I know.
He's
that's what I'm saying.
Everybody excited.
He's
right?
probably going to be on both shows just till SummerSlam.
Possibly. Huh.
There, see? Getting the fans involved.
That's what it has to be. Any care sense.
See? He's like, I'm not here in this section. Now he's here in this section.
Any care says Cena is not smart enough to know what I'm thinking. Oh, really? That's terrible. I think I could read it off the thing. I think I got caught up. Alita says I'm sad about him being back. Sophie says Cena will be on both shows. Probably.
Oh, well, absolutely.
Robbie's like,
at least
nah,
tonight.
Brought Cena back. Football Scouting Report says, I miss Ruby Riott. It's good to see you in the chat, Football Scouting Report.
Yeah, Ruby Riott. Oh!
Bro!
Bro. Is he coming down to fight
Mr.
John
Riddle.
Cena?
Possibly. Johan says, no lie, Vince. Make the worst booking I ever seen. Oldberg versus Bobby Trashley. What the hell, Vince? What the hell are you booking?
It hasn't happened yet, guys.
If Oldberg is back, then I'm done with Raw. You guys are funny. Robbie's like, Cena said sub to the Gap. Did he? He said it? Wow, Robbie. I didn't know you knew how to read lips. Johan says John Cena is a badass. And Vindicator says, that's funny, Johan, what you said about Cena. Robbie says Monday Night Fraud at its best. Johan says this Raw better not do rematches again.
He kicked John Cena with his shoe.
That's awesome.
Like it literally hit John Cena.
Hit John Cena in the face. Oh, he doesn't get his whole thing. Oh, jeez. Goof.
They did it. They broed it together.
That's creepy weird.
Was it?
Oh
Can you
my
call it a
God. I
duet?
bet he's just coming in his pants right now, Riddle. He's like, oh my God, it's my superhero, John Cena. Ah!
He's like, I gotta take some medical marijuana immediately.
I'm too up. I need to take drugs to down. Alrighty then. Jacob says we should call Cena and Riddle. You can't see me, bro.
Get him to be a tag team. You can't see me, bro.
Sophie says, remember Roman did beat Cena before. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Robbie says, hella cringe, laughing. Vindicator's like, how fitting these two colorful idiots getting along so well. I think they can't help it.
Will Riddle,
All the brittle.
Will Riddle leave WWE and do movies also? I'm gonna say yes, but
he's gonna do surfing movies.
he's gonna do Point Break, the remake
do
again.
Point Break redos, but it's not gonna be called Point Break. It's gonna be like Mrs. Marines.
Right.
And he's gonna have like a show that's like Point Break, but it's called something else. But he's gonna do like 12 of them.
The series Point Break on CBS.
Chris is in the chat. Hey, Chris says, hey guys, SmackDown was so awesome. I got to see Finn Balor after the show. Nice. Or I got to meet Finn Balor after the show. Nice. Alita says, OMG, if Riddle getting ready to talk. He is. Maybe. John says, no Oldberg, please, Vince. No Oldberg.
Let's see what happens.
You might as well just gird your loins, because I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Robbie says, D, only you would fangirl over Cena. Only me. You're the one fangirling all over him. I saw you. I heard you.
Fangirled all over the place.
John says, even worse if Vince bring back Gilbert. But they had Gilbert.
Gilbert's been on here before.
The Miz brought him back. It was hilarious. He had him dress up as, what's his face? Goldberg.
Uh-huh.
He had him as Goldberg, and then he had that other guy come back that people... Did we know him?
I don't know if we knew that
I don't think we knew him. And had him come back to play Drew McIntyre in his little skit play that Miz wrote for him.
Right.
It was pretty funny. You guys forgot all about that? Shit was hilarious. You guys gotta stop hating on Miz. You forget all the good shit. Jacob's like, Travis, I have a picture of a fish I caught Saturday.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you kissing the fish? Are you in love with the fish?
Did you keep the fish? Did you
Are
eat the fish?
gonna
Did you
marry
release the fish?
Is it your bestie now? What?
You're going too far.
He's obsessed with
Just
his fish.
ask him if he kept it or let it go.
Here's like, Travis, do you like peanut brittle? Like the actual treat?
Oh, yeah, when I used to eat that stuff. It was pretty good. It was kind of hard, and I always worried about it taking my teeth out or something.
Okay, I have broken my teeth on peanut brittle.
Have you?
I broke a tooth on peanut brittle. Uh-huh. Yep, I sure did. My mom made peanut brittle one year, and I was like, peanut brittle, crunch, broke a tooth. I was like, son of a... Only time I've ever broke a tooth. I had to go to the dentist and get it fixed. Lita says Point Break 3, right? Luke's in the chat. Hey, Luke says,
Hey,
what
Luke.
have I missed, if anything? John
Cena came down.
That's it. He
He
talked with Bronus.
And he introduced the bro.
And that was it. Just
And
a
Riddle
lot of
came
bro.
down, and then they did a duet together, just saying bro back and forth, and then John Cena left. And now we're waiting for the commercial to end and see who bro's wrestling.
Hopefully his getting the crowd pumped sticks around, but we don't know. Johan says Miz suck. Not really. If he makes funny shit like that, that's pretty hilarious. Robbie says WWE bringing back old timers. Good job.
Bobby Lashley, open challenge, guys. Who's going to answer this open challenge?
I don't know. Everybody? Vindicator says, and Travis,
Becky?
was your favorite Money in the Bank moment watching the Spawn using naughty hand gestures? Well, he put it on as our thing tonight.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Surprising.
But no, I don't know what my favorite part. I usually don't pick favorite parts.
Sophie says, that was an interesting thing between Riddle and Cena.
John Morrison going one-on-one with the bro. Poor bro. Poor Riddle. Or this guy. John Morrison.
Poor John Morrison.
He never gets pushed.
Oh. He's out there with other people.
What is this, like a...
It's a 3-way, 6-man, whatever.
Oh! Byron Saxton just got dripped. Is he paying him off?
America's Moist Wanted. Oh my god. If anybody has a problem with the word moist, I need that shirt. So...
America's Moist
Moist
Wanted.
Wanted. Oh my god, seriously? Oh my gosh!
This is just dripping on everybody.
What is your problem? So John Morrison
Is with AJ
is with AJ and
Amos.
Amos. And Riddle is with the Viking Raiders. So that is the matchup that we've got going on right this second. I have an itch on my eye. Robbie's retracting his messages. Sophie says, where has Orton been? That would be even cooler if Orton and Cena interacted with each other with Riddle in the middle.
And then,
Chris says maybe we will get some Fiend backstage moments with the puppets return.
maybe something exciting. I would assume that they're going to do something with the Fiend at SummerSlam, but maybe they don't have any plans for him.
Maybe. Vindicator's like, delete that broken tooth incident sounds worse than me getting ambushed by a tree. Now I have a story to tease you with forever and ever. Not really, because I didn't have to get stitches. Most of my tooth was still there. I just went in and basically had him kind of just put like a filling on it so that I had.
Oh right, Riddle rolls through.
It wasn't that
It's
big
Morrison
of a
and
deal.
Riddle starting it out.
Unless you don't like the dentist, and then it's probably a big deal. But I actually like going to the dentist, so.
Morrison, parkour.
Joanne says The Miz got the WWE for 1 week and then lost it to Bobby Trashley in 1 minute. Exactly,
Oh, yeah.
But he was still a champion, wasn't he?
He's been champion a few times.
Looks like if WWE brings in legends to sacrifice to the champions to try to make the champions more legitimate, then I'm okay with that. That's how it should be. Right? And not have the legends win,
Put
but
him over.
not always embarrass them. I mean, maybe not
I feel
get
like
championships, but
Goldberg loses quite a bit, but he did win the title a few times.
yeah.
So it does give, like,
It kinda,
there's some legitimacy there. Like, he might be able to hurt Bobby enough to somebody could cash in
right.
or something along those lines. If they want to do that storyline now, but they can always save that storyline for after the draft.
True. Robbie says Raw just reeks of desperation. Jacob says, Travis, I sent you a picture on Instagram.
Of the fish.
Chris says, I think Shar got the win only for cash in tonight by Nikki Cross.
Tonight, though. So you're saying that Charlotte's going to get beat up enough tonight that Nikki's going to beat her?
That's weird.
Maybe she will get jacked.
Maybe. Sophie says at least we aren't getting a rematch. Maybe Keith Lee will answer the open challenge.
Look at that. That would be awesome, too.
Be okay with
And they could do a
seeing
lot
him.
of things. There's a lot of wrestlers on Raw.
Vindicator says, it's nothing new. Miz has always been a disgusting piece of trash, just like his reality TV days.
Old Miz.
And Joanne says, I just don't understand why will John Cena return if he's going to retire and leave WWE again.
He wants to come in, pass the torch, and then retire. All right, Eric Wright to the floor on the outside. Ibar falls him. Mr. Moist goes out after him. Oh, sandwich. They just had a moist sandwich.
Yeah, that's kind of yucky.
Oh, AJ. Woo! Takes everybody out.
Amos just threw AJ.
He did.
Literally just threw him onto other people. That's kind of terrifying. Ravi says random tag match. Vindicator says, yeah, dentists are okay. As long as they don't have to use a drill or needle, then I'm cool with it. Sophie says talks are Cena could go between both brands to somehow build a SummerSlam feud with Reigns. Yes.
I'm sure that's what's going to happen.
Alita says, oh, everybody's drooling over Cena. Not me, Alita. I don't.
I couldn't even
really-
see him, really.
I could care less about Cena, actually. So.
He gets the crowd involved. And that's what you
That's
want.
what you're supposed to do. All those guys out there should be doing the same shit. Joanne says this is why Raw's bad. Ravi says these old timers should stay at home. Trust me. Jacob says, hey Vin. Sophie says, why do I have a feeling that Orton will somehow appear? Oh. Ravi says Nikki Ash is always giddy.
Old Ash.
Sophie says Naomi was quietly moved to SmackDown for no reason.
Oh, her husband's there, and they're starting to travel again. We were kind of talking about this a little last night. I thought it was weird, but now that the traveling started, they just put her with her husband.
Yeah.
They must want her to die in a DUI accident.
I wonder if
Either that or she can be his DD.
maybe. I wonder if
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I was going somewhere, but I can't remember if Mandy Rose is on SmackDown or if she's on.
She was on Raw.
Raw.
She was. Now she's on NXT. That I'm hearing.
Right. I can't remember which one she was on.
So are we going to see Aaliyah then tonight?
I don't know. As Jacob said, Travis, do you think we will see the new diva?
Possibly.
Johan says, I can't wait for SummerSlam. Sophie says, we know John Cena versus Roman will lead us to The Rock in some way. Vindicator.
He's going to go right through Hollywood, just conquering all the Hollywood actors. Then Vin Diesel. And what's the guy that played Wolverine? That guy. He'll be out next. Remember, he was on wrestling a few times. Old Wolverine. I don't know what his name is, though.
I don't know either.
Who else is a big actor? Batista. He could beat Batista.
Yeah.
Who's
You're
the guy off
talking
Parks
about-
and Rec?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. He could beat Chris Pratt. I'm sure Chris would fight him. Any other big Hollywood actors that I'm forgetting?
Looks like Hugh Jackman.
Yes, Hugh Jackman. That's his name.
But then Vindicator's like, Wolverine is old Hugh Jackman.
Is he really that much older than John Cena?
Right? Maybe. Yeah, Vindicator Master Chart. Alita's like, moist don't sound any better.
No.
You know, a lot of people don't like that word.
He got the drip because he's so moist.
Moist. Probably like, oh, D, who do you like currently in WWE? I like Humberto Carrillo. I actually like The Miz. I know everybody hates him. That's probably why I like him. I don't mind Bliss sometimes. Let's see.
So you would get pregnant and have a baby in like 45 minutes.
Something like that.
Pretty cool, I guess.
I'm not sure how cool it is, but sure. We're back. Did you start your timer again?
I did.
Let's see.
It took me a second to push the pause button in the commercial, so I was going to wait
Oh.
a few seconds. But
Sorry. Sophie says there was some type of rumor that someone who is outside the company will debut tonight.
nice. I know Becky's there because she took a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And she posted on her Instagram.
John says, I wish Jay White was in WWE. Vindicator says, I wish Omaha was Raw champion so Big E could cash in on him. Or as we know him as Amos. Joan says, Charlotte might be fired or suspended for putting the middle finger.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
I don't think
Stone
so.
Cold never got fired.
And she's a fucking champion
And
now.
they're saying something about her right there.
Her championship coronation's tonight.
She's going to have a coronation.
John says John Cena will never, and I said never, go to AEW. Exactly. Oops.
No, Vince is going to keep him under contract. He's literally going to
Forever.
pay him forever. After he retires, he's just going to keep paying him.
Sophie says, I guess with him going back to traveling, we will see a lot of superstars move brands before the draft. The Miz, Orton in some way, he did a few movies. Hulk Hogan.
Like maybe see Carmella go over to Raw. I could see that maybe happening.
Yeah.
Just because of Corey Graves.
Yep. They're going to have to do a couple things because they have said in the past that they don't like splitting up, people who are in relationships or married couples and stuff like that. So that's kind of one of the reasons why Naomi's back on SmackDown. It was really weird that she got drafted to Raw in the first place, but,
During the pandemic, it didn't matter.
Yeah,
they were
but
both
that
in the
was
same
before
building.
The pandemic.
No.
Was that during the pandemic that long?
Right in the heart of it. It was
Oh,
last
that's
October.
right. I forgot that they did a
Yeah.
draft during
AJ
the
flips him
pandemic.
back over. Riddle lands on his feet. Over the top. Gets Eric in there. Eric's going to go right through AJ again. Somehow Eric's just better than AJ, which makes no sense to me. But
I don't know. AJ's like, I'm not putting up with your poo this time.
Eric's
Chris
just
says
so
Jordan
physical.
Kamala, Bebe. Jill
Boo.
Hunt says Eva Marie should be fired. She's ruining Monday night, and this is getting me upset that she returned and she's still an L. She never done nothing important.
Yeah, they're
looks
gonna.
so great though. Who
Yeah,
would
she
wanna
looks
see
good.
Her boobies hanging out there all the time.
I don't like her pants that she wears because I feel like it doesn't flatter her because her body's way better than that. But, anyways, besides that, she would have to go to SmackDown, I think, if they were going to move Carmella over here.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they want to do a beauty feud, which would be fun.
Right. Alita says Shyamalan has sadistic mind. M. Night Shyamalan? Yes, he does.
Yes.
That was his movie, so yeah. Chris says live over to Raw. Her
Didn't he make
interaction with
chocolate
Bliss at
or
Money in the Bank
chocolate
was
or
awesome.
whatever it's called?
I don't know, maybe.
I'm pretty sure that's a him movie. But I'm not hungry. All right. Parkour!
Oh.
You know, Big Ivar is a fast guy for his size, but he's not as fast as Morrison.
No.
Morrison, after being in a ladder match last night, competing, having no problem. Morrison should have won. But he did not.
He did not.
It would have been fantastic if he did, though. Can you imagine The Miz with the Money in the Bank briefcase again?
Oh.
He'd just give it to him. He'd be like,
Robbie's like, Square Celebration time will end up getting jumped. Oh, gee. Vindicator says Cena doesn't deserve the lifetime payment from McBossman like Undertaker does. Undertaker even squashed Cena at John's last WrestleMania match.
Yeah, you're right, but he does not want John to somehow show up on AEW TV. And so, yeah, that's... Oh, shit, both guys keep missing. Maybe they should make sure their opponent's there.
Before they do their full thing.
Oh, he sprayed him in the back. That's just blatant disrespect for the big man. Oh, shit. He thinks The Miz did it.
Look at all the fans are pointing at him like, I didn't do it!
Uh-oh. Morrison gonna get counted out, maybe? Damn, he just manhandled him. Threw him right into the ring. Did he hurt his knee?
Maybe.
AJ's trying to break it up now. Morrison's in there by himself, though. He can't fight both Vikings by himself. That's a tag team! And it's over. Morrison cannot do it by himself against a great tag team.
Silly. Let's see. Robbie says, D and Eva fan? No. Not really. I really just don't care. I am not a fan. I'm in the middle. I don't really care. Sophie says Cross is rumored to join Raw. They announced 2 matches for the Rolling Loud event, and Cena will appear, but they didn't say which location. Alita says, like I said, waste of paper. And Alita says, yes, he did. Vindicator says, good looks does not make a good wrestler. If you don't do both, you're useless, except for being a sideline cheerleader. Eva should just do that for Piper Niven anyway.
Haha, there he is. You know what? She can't... I mean, she can be a cheerleader, but she isn't very good on the mic. Mm-hmm. And she's not that great in the ring. So, yeah, you got to have one or the other. Jackson Riker.
Beating the crap out of him 3 weeks ago. Let's show again what he did to Elias, because we don't remember.
I feel like they need to move this along and have him start fighting top guys.
Mm-hmm. John says Eva Marie is trying to make WWE into a Fashion Nova show. Vince fired her, Taker did in WRH. We don't need you turning WWE into a Fashion Nova show. Sweet.
They're going to keep that going.
Sophie says, do you see MSK getting called up to the main roster at some point to fill out the tag team division?
Only if Vince can split them up somehow. And no, Vince doesn't care about tag teams, guys. He will take 2 singles wrestlers and put them together and they will be a tag team.
Chris says, I was in the front crowd too, about the 3rd row. Like how you see now when the camera shows the crowd. I looked on YouTube, WWE channel. I'm on there like every match.
Nice.
The front crowd to about the 3rd row. Robbie says this match is fantastic. Sophie says, why would Cena turn his back on the WWE like others have done to join AEW?
No, he wouldn't. He just could.
He
And
said,
Vince doesn't want that to
why
happen.
would Cena turn his back on the WWE?
Money.
It'd have to be about money of some sort, I'm sure.
John Cena joins AEW, they're over 2 million views, right? There are 2 million people are watching.
Jamal McGee is in the chat. Hey, Jamal says, could Amos at least act like he feels pain? I'm starting to suspect he's a robot.
We do know that Hogan left WWF
Weird.
in about, 93 or 94, somewhere around that time. And was older. He was about 40 probably. And changed WCW forever. Right when he got there, he turned heel. So Cena would do the heel flip.
Mm-hmm.
Join the faction. The NWO faction.
Mm-hmm.
And then they take over number one.
Right. And he would probably be a spy for Vince. And then, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing.
I know.
Vindicator's like, delete this indifferent, Robbie. Understand that. Exactly. That's what I was looking for. Sophie says, imagine they released Braun because of Amos. Maybe they didn't like him.
Hey, this looks pretty good. I like Reynolds. Ryan. It's like Pixels, but with Ryan Reynolds, and you're in a game. Wreck-It like Ralph and Pixels mixed, maybe.
Weird and weird. Like, that's kind of weird. Let's see. Chris says Riker versus Loomis. That'd be okay.
I'd be fine with that one.
Robbie says it's Monday Night Recap. They got nothing else for Jackson. Vindicator says no more close-ups of Jackson. I still remember his epic slobbering. Yeah, it was even worse than Braun's. It was just all over his gross.
It just hung there.
It was just like, bleh. It was like, ew. Wipe it off, dude. Sophie says the WWE is in reset mode with the fans back. We could see fresh matches and storylines. Robbie says, Vin, you think? And Muhammad Al-Noman is in the chat. Hey, Muhammad.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
From 1 to 10, how much you give to our boy Mansoor?
I love Mansoor.
Mansoor is awesome. We need to
I
see
absolutely love Mansoor. Hopefully they do something. I was hoping that he would go after Sheamus and get that title, but it looks like they're going to push Damian Priest that direction.
Yeah.
But I'd like it to see Mansoor right before they go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that would be cool. Vindicator says, so I see that Sophia is primarily a speculation artist. Interesting. Chris says, also at SmackDown, there was a dark match with Austin Theory and British Bulldog's son.
Huh.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elias. It's
Elias
about
says,
time we
"I
get
would
some music
be
again.
A Jimmy John sandwich. But do you want the wraps? Because I feel that they're going out of their comfort zone at this point. Since Arby's, whatever company bought them, they've gone all stupid. Instead of just being Jimmy John's, they're like, let's have dumb stuff.
I'm Elias. You know what WU stands for? Walk with Elias.
Robbie says 1 out of 10 for Mansoor. Oh, Robbie.
Oh, come on.
My goodness, man. Sophie's like, do you see Goldberg joining AEW after his contract with the WWE ends after next year?
That's tough. It depends. I wonder how they would accept him. I think they might.
You still remember Walk with Elias.
Uh-oh, look who's there.
Oh, Jackson Riker. Excuse me, sir.
I feel like they need to cut his mic. Well, how are you gonna know? Are you gonna know who he is?
I don't know.
What's he gonna do? Cripple him?
I don't know.
Is he gonna take his voice box out?
Maybe. Possibly.
So these guys have already had a strap match, and now they're going back to just normal wrestling. Usually that's kind of an end-all match, not a middle.
Not a, hey, he wants to beat the poo out of me.
Oh, it's a Symphony of Destruction match. Now, Elias has been in this match before against Braun Strowman. Speaking of slobbering. Oh, Riker could play the drums. You see that?
I saw it. Damn.
He was probably in a marching band when he was in high school.
Oh, crap, there's a piano out there. Oh, my. Sophie says Davey Boy Smith Jr. is back in the WWE. Lolita says, I'm eating.
Yummy.
I was eating.
What are you eating?
Sophie says, at least you guys started your live stream on time tonight.
Yeah, I know. I had to jump on and just go.
As soon as we could. Riley says, does Elias have any other gimmicks? This is washed.
All right, we're official.
I don't know.
Jackson Riker
maybe.
taking it right to Elias.
But the thing of it is, Elias can just get up and leave like he always does. He just runs away. It's weird.
That's what he likes to do.
Apparently. Vindicator says, LOL at them promoting the Cowboys, who have done nothing worthwhile in over a decade.
I don't think
and
they
will
were.
continue that streak for another decade.
I think they were just saying that it's going to be in their stadium. I don't think they were promoting the Cowboys.
Jacob says Davey Boy Smith and Raw or SmackDown. Hey, Ben. Alita says, I like Elias playing sometimes. He does have some snappy tunes every once in a while.
But he has a gong, and that's all that really matters. There's 2 drum sets.
Ah!
Basically, this band has 2 drummers, and that's pretty impressive.
That is impressive.
Look at that. Driving his head right down into the keyboard. 1. Just a quick 1 count. Oh, shit. He's going to hit him with a cymbal. With a hi-hat. With a souped-up tempo.
A souped-up tempo. Robbie says Mansoor is okay, but just going to end up a jobber like Ali. I don't think so. He is a huge deal in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, and they've got that 10-year contract.
If Vince ever puts him as a jobber, I'm pretty sure that he'll have a contract on his head.
They're going to de-head him. All right, when Vince comes to town.
They have ways. Jacob says Jackson Riker, former Impact superstar. Sophie says they haven't announced yet if Mania will be a 2-night event like the last couple of years. They got plenty of time to announce that.
Yes, we're not going to find out a lot about Mania until right around the Royal Rumble. The road to WrestleMania, and I'm excited for that. That's not that long away, guys. We're going to start talking about that in less than 160 days. Because Christmas is less than 160 days away.
Chris says,
We'll be climbing.
Right? I like Mansoor, but his undefeated streak is over. Yeah, sad.
I didn't even know he had an undefeated streak.
Me neither.
Look at that. Keyboard is the #1 weapon so far out there.
I know. They've used it on each other multiple times now. Alita said, he said, okay, shit. And then...
Oh, shit! Oh, right into the gong!
I'm glad he didn't say fish and salad, because that would have been really weird. But that's what she's eating. She's eating fish and salad.
Oh, yummy.
Vindicator says, if Jackson plays the piano, that will be the best moment of the week. Sophie says...
Like Dana Carvey out there.
Will they mention the last Symphony of Destruction match with Braun being released? I don't know. Probably not.
Probably. Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't heard anything. He just shattered a guitar right over his back.
That's terrible. Sophie's like, I just had a chocolate milkshake. Nice. And Chris says, oh, well, the Cowgirls suck. Everyone not in Dallas hates them except in South Texas. There's lots of Cowgirl fans, which is weird. Go Houston Texans.
That's pretty funny.
You know, it's so funny how the hatred of the Cowboys spreads like wildfire across the nation.
It's America's team.
Like, I know people who love them, and they're like diehard love them fans.
I know too.
And then you just hate them. There's no like in between. Like, there's not people out there that are like, yeah, they're alright, they're okay. No, it's like, oh, I love them, or it's, I fucking hate them.
The Cowboys are the team that you're like, if they're in the playoffs, you're like, okay, when they lose, I can cheer for whoever. Okay, they lost. Okay. Woo!
He's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, let's see. Vinegar says the Cowboys fans are unimpressed with this symphony match. No sense of culture among those drunks and half-wits.
I don't know if any of you guys
watched it. I
watched
want you to go to Texas and say that to somebody.
Right. I don't know if anybody in here watches basketball, but it looks like Milwaukee's going to win the freaking NBA championship.
That seems stupid. Who paid him?
It's just like, what? Either that or the Phoenix Suns. Either one. I don't think he ever has won the title before.
Weird.
So.
So they are probably trying to figure out where to put the return of Saudi Arabia. Excuse me, sorry guys. Jacob says, I'm eating a Pop-Tart and drinking a pop.
That sounds very healthy. High fructose corn syrup is my diet.
Ravi says, Pop-Tarts so 90s. Pop-Tarts are still a thing, dude.
You got to get a toaster strudel.
It depends. I actually like Pop-Tarts. But I'm very particular about my Pop-Tarts.
Do you eat them raw?
I do not eat them raw. I like blueberry Pop-Tarts with no frosting. Toasted in the toaster and slathered with butter.
Yuck.
Did you say yuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god, so good.
I like the strawberry ones raw.
With frosting. You like the frosting on them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have to
like
break
my
the
Pop-Tarts
corners
with
off, though. I
frosting.
don't like the breading around the outside. So I have to break all that off, throw it away. And then I just eat the middle.
Yeah. That's why I put butter on it, because then you can eat those.
Text FIT to 42424.
Sophie says they haven't confirmed the Survivor Series location yet.
Hey, look
they
at
don't
this.
have that much time to announce
Chucky
that.
17.
Oh god, seriously? Why is he taking it all? Who would... It's a series now?
Oh,
Jesus.
Chucky's going to be a series.
On Sci-Fi, tell your mom. I'm sure she'll be thrilled.
It's called Child's Play.
Ravi says, are the Suns better?
They're really good, but they've lost 3 games in a row, I think.
Or cowbell? What cowbell?
No, maybe they've only lost 2 games in a row. Anyways, the series is, 1-3? Or 2-3, I believe.
Did you start your match back up?
No. Talking.
Well, I just thought I'd remind you, jeez. Jacob says, Travis, the Cubs are playing the Cardinals.
My buddy Danny's probably watching that.
Johan, message retracted. Indicator, message retracted. Jacob says, strawberry lemonade and cinnamon sugar. Bar flavors. Sorry. Sophie says...
We have like 5 gallons of lemonade outside, just sitting there.
I'm pretty sure it's bad. We should probably just pour
Dump
it out.
it.
Sophie says WWE is the only sport I watch. Every other sport is bored. Robbie says, what's with the random shouting in the background? That's Travis's spawn.
Yeah, she's playing video games, and she has fun with it. She has a headset on. She just screams.
Yes.
Till 5 in the morning. I woke up this morning at 4:55. Came upstairs. She was still awake.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, good night. She's like going to sleep as I'm getting on with my day.
Right. Randy Paul is in the chat. Hey, Randy says, hey, all, my dog always sets off Riddle when he sets a Riddle when he is on TV.
He starts barking basically when Riddle's out there. Is that what he's saying?
Yes, I don't know. Maybe.
All right, Riker. Gonna put Elias inside the Grand.
Ugh.
Riddle breaks it. Turns it around.
Riker. Elias.
Now Elias with the big chop.
Mitigator says, if the spawn can flip off the southern halfwits, so can I.
Oh.
Sophie says, I like chocolate milkshakes, plain, no whipped cream or
Look at this. He's going to pin him on the piano.
Oh.
It's like Elton
Almost
John's
got him.
dream.
Ew. Alita says, I like brown sugar toasted, smothered in butter. No. Mitigator says, I'm indifferent towards Chucky. Joel says, it will be Bobby Trashley versus Gilbert. Rob says, is someone going to get smashed in the piano?
I think so.
Yeah, that or
I think the
not.
piano's going to break here in a second. They're standing on it.
Yeah.
Like when your parents told you not to stand on the piano, this is why.
Yeah. Joanne says this is going to be the biggest joke if Gilbert wins the WWE champion. Yes. Sophie says, I like to eat French toast or Frosted Flakes for breakfast. And I eat bagels or Slim Fast for lunch and chicken and fries for dinner.
Slim Fast, huh? Huh. That's interesting.
Randy says, I know my dog has problems. She's a good dog. She sounds like a good dog.
Sounds fantastic.
And
I like
says,
dogs.
damn, Travis, just open up a lemonade stand, buddy. You would make a killing this time of year.
I know. I could have made at least $30.
At least. But we didn't.
Oh, and down.
We should have been like, hey, girls next door. You know how you guys like to go out there on the street and sell lemonade? Like, here's 5 gallons of pink lemonade.
So
go sell it and make money off of it.
So today the girls were out riding their bike, and then their little brother came out. Gary is his name. I'm pretty sure it's after SpongeBob. He comes out, and he gets on his big wheel, and he's wearing a full-blown dress. Like one of his sister's like dresses, got flowers on it. It's all the way down to his ankles, like a little.
Moo-moo. He's got a little miniature moo-moo on out there.
And he's just running down the street.
Just having a good old time.
Having a gay old time.
Just being his drag queen.
Uh-oh! He's got the cello or the bass. I can't tell what it is.
That's a bass.
And breaks it right on his back. Oh, it didn't break!
Oh, those don't break very easy.
Elias isn't strong enough to hold it up.
They're heavy if it's a real one.
And breaks it down. That time he broke it.
That's not a cello, guys. It's not big. It's not
1, 2, and no!
Ooh,
Riker
got
kicks
of it.
out.
Wow.
What a fantastic way to start Raw.
Sophie says, I don't hear any shouting. Robbie says, so is
She's
this
quiet
feud
right now.
done after this match?
I would think
Hope
so.
so.
This is the second,
Bigger, weird match that they've done because they did that strap match.
Yes.
He's like pulling off his pants, basically. Like, don't pull my pants off. I don't want to have the audience see my butt.
All right, Elias finally taking it to Riker.
Sophie says, my dog is a good but spoiled princess and says, I'm scared of Chucky. Randy says, Cena looks like Tom Holland. Robbie says, Choco Mel is the best chocolate milkshake ever. I don't even know what that is. So.
Never heard of it.
Joanne says, I eat myself for breakfast. That's kind of gross, dude.
I licked my wound earlier today. It was all bloody.
Desmond says, what up? Hey, Desmond,
Desmond.
How is it? Robbie says,
Thanks for hanging out with us.
He's dressed like a 10-year-old. He says he's finally back home. Sweet. Randy says, my breakfast today was a full English breakfast, extra egg.
Yummy.
My breakfast today was part of a symphony bar.
All right, this is now officially the longest match of Raw tonight so far. It
should be,
just
right?
past
It's
the last
a
one.
Symphony whatever match.
We are over 8.5 minutes.
Destruction of Symphony.
Look at that. We got blood.
Oh, man, he's bleeding.
We're getting a lot of blood in WWE.
That's terrifying. So every time I watch wrestling or whatever,
No way.
that's when my dog wants
No
to
way,
outside.
guys. Oh.
Or go to the bathroom. I just threw him on some tables.
Right through 2 tables. There it is. He's going to end it right here. 2 and 3.
Now, Riker got a win, so... And Elias didn't run away. Yay!
All right. Elias versus Riker took 9 minutes, basically. A little over.
Wow.
It's nuts how beat up they both are in that little amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
If this was on AEW, that would have just been a 20, 25-minute match.
It would have been. They would have done a whole lot more than that.
There would have been a little
crazy.
bit more blood.
Mm-hmm. Grant T's in the chat. Hey, Grant says Travis can back me up on this. Santino Marella is the greatest superstar of all time.
Yes, and his sister is right up there, ranks right up there with the best women of all time.
Sophie says Santino is a joke of a wrestler. And Jacob says, where is YBD? I don't know. Alita says cello. Sophie says Chuck. Yeah, that was too small or too big to be a cello. Cellos are small. Okay, cellos fit between people's legs, girls' legs. That is a
That's
base.
called a penis.
There's no way that it would fit between legs and you sit down and play
there she is. Look at Mansoor's back there too, with Sonya and Postman Pierce.
It's Ollie.
Ollie
Yay.
looking dapper, though.
Oh. What did you do?
Oh, Lord.
Is for me. So he says, Chucky. Robbie says, Randy Paul, full English breakfast is decent still. Joan says, Ross stand for rematches all week. Randy says, Simpson, Homer Simpson. He is the greatest guy in history from the town of Springfield. He is about to hit a chestnut tree. So says,
Speaking of chestnuts, my neighbor
getting
gave me a whole bunch of them for us to brown up and eat.
on a chestnut on a fire?
I guess.
Christmas?
Roasting chestnuts on
An
a
open fire.
Blah, blah, running down your
Jack
nose.
Frost
Oh, nipping at your nose. We're less than 159 days.
Now we are. Robbie says, D, get a chocolate milk. You will like it. I don't think they make them in the States, dude. I'd have to go to the UK. James Howell's in the chat saying, yo, James Howell, what's up?
Oh, so they're going to go one-on-one, not for the title. So he's winning. Humberto Carino is going to beat Sheamus tonight.
I want him to so bad.
He's going to, but it's not for the title.
No, but that's okay. Ooh, you're terrifying.
They're going to have twin masks. She's been co-GM for so long that she's like...
Took over.
She's just like, oh, I don't know. Like, it's finally wearing on her.
Right, she's like, get out. These guys are too much.
Is the coronation up next?
In WWE. Yes, it's up next.
The coronation.
Vindicator says, okay, Chad, it's getting disturbingly weird again. Luke would be having a fit right now. Randy says, that's not blood, it's jam. Vindicator's like, LOL. Sophie says, if last night's pay-per-view was that long, hour-wise, I could see SummerSlam being a little bit longer.
Yes.
Randy says, Nia Jax is hotter than the sun. Robbie says, and their replay took about 9 minutes. Juhan says, Jackson Riker should get a push from WWE. Randy says, everyone, who is your favorite Simpson? Mine is Homer. Who is your favorite Simpson? Grant T says, Travis can back me up on this. Santino Marella is the greatest superstar of all time. We already read that, and he agreed, plus his sister. Sophie says there was mixed reviews about how long the pay-per-view was last night. Some people like it, and some people didn't like it. Vindicator says...
But whether you like it or you didn't, you watched it, and it's over.
And it's over. Vindicator says, damn, why does it seem like Ali and Mansoor were separated at birth?
I have no idea.
Isn't that offensive in many ways? No, I'm just using
That could definitely be offensive comment.
Chris says, wouldn't mind seeing Ali and Mansoor as tag champs, even though that is kind of racist. Oh, Jesus. James Howell says, LOL, not too much. What about you? Oh, just hanging out, watching some Raw. Did you watch Money in the Bank last night?
Are you new?
James Howell? No, we've seen him before.
Well, I didn't hear a name. I just heard
James Howell. Jacob says, Vindicator, I said, hey. Alita says, I tried that and it was terrible. What did you try?
Like Vince. Terrible? Hey, you guys look the same. Tag team.
Right. Randy says, Sheamus is a heifer. And Jacob says, Vin, we have to go. Chris says, also, I'm surprised Sonya hasn't abused her power yet and got back into the ring yet. Riley says, D sings the Christmas hits coming soon on CD. Ha ha ha. And as Vindicator says, break time back in 30. Sophie says, do we know what Sonya's job title is? General manager or assistant general manager?
I think she's assistant to the general manager.
She's the assistant to the general manager. She's not the assistant general manager. She's the assistant to the general manager. Question.
It's like Dwight.
Which bear is best? Well, that could be false. Black bear. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. And it's beets as in what he farms. Beets.
Right.
Right? That's not funny, Jim. It's a serious offense. It ruins many families.
Kenna's getting violent towards Henry.
Why does she hate him so much? Because he's so unhelpful?
Because he has no soul. He's a little ginger kid.
She's a ginger too. They both have no souls.
It's alright. She snatches souls, I think, off the internet.
It's not like she can keep them. She can't have a soul either. Sophie says, do we know what's already heard that? Vindicator says, hi Jacob, bye Jacob. Robbie says, is Scummer Scam going to be 2 days? No.
No.
One day on a Saturday.
Just Saturday.
Randy says, Sonia's drop title is whatever Vince wants it to be. Sophie says, I thought they wanted to have the pay-per-view shorter. I guess that changed with them going back on tour.
Yes, once they get live fans, they can go as long as they want. Yeah. Let those fans sit there and not go to the bathroom for hours. 7-8 hours. Like they did for WrestleMania the year that The Undertaker wrestled Roman Reigns. Do you guys remember that? That was like 7.5 hours.
That was horrible. I was so mad.
I thought it was going to end at 9, and the Charlotte match hadn't even happened yet, and the Roman match hadn't happened yet.
No.
And I was like...
until like almost 11 our time.
I was like, is that the main event? Is it over?
I was so mad.
And I'm like, did they just cut the Undertaker's match against Roman? And it was like, no. And then they had the Charlotte match, and then they had that match.
I think I was still working at Farmers at that time.
I can't remember, but
it was like because I probably was mad because I had to get up.
You had to stay hours later.
Well, that and I had to get up like at.
I thought it was ending at 11, and it ended at like 12:31.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Eastern.
sure that's why I was mad because I was working at Farmers, and when I worked there, I had my shift started at 6.
Charlotte,
so I had to get up so early.
keeping that middle finger down.
Die.
Let's see if we can hear more Becky chants, because that's what set her off last night. The crowd last night, you couldn't really tell who was heel and who was face, and the crowd was cheering for both of them equally.
Right.
And they would chant like, Charlotte, and then they'd be like, Rhea, back and forth. Mm-hmm. And then they all started chanting, we want Becky.
We want Becky.
And then Charlotte flipped them off.
Robbie's like, the fella's so underrated. Alita says, not a Simpson fan, King of the Hill. King of the Hill's pretty funny. James says, no, I didn't get to watch it. No, I'm sorry. You should have hung out with somebody with a live stream watch along. Then you would have known what happened.
We were in here. You could have come and hung out with us.
Randy says Simpsons is the best. Sophie says Winnie the Pooh. And Alita says roasting chestnuts. Randy says I just finished watching Kenan and Kel. And Sophie says I'm more of a reality cartoon drama type of TV show fan as well as some comedies. Robbie says King of the Hill should be brought back. Also says Scummer Scam on a Saturday. Randy says Futurama should be back on TV.
Oh, shit was pretty funny too, huh?
Yeah, it was. Futurama was pretty funny.
Have you guys seen Rick and Morty? Is that what it's called?
Yes. Robbie says time for a bathroom break. Joanne says, oh, sweet mama, better not be Oldberg. He lost 5 minutes with Drew at the Royal Rumble. Randy says, right, I am off. See ya. All right, Randy, thanks for hanging with us for a minute. Sophie says, and plus they put the pay-per-views back to 8 p.m. They did that before they went back on tour.
And she knows what feels good. She's a judge of what feels good. People are bowing to her. There's quite a few people cheering. Vince is like, they're not supposed to be cheering for her.
We have to hate her. Is she? Is she really?
I don't feel like she's an opportunity.
How is that possible? It's weird. James says I have access, but I had to be at work very early this morning. Yeah, that could do it. So he says, do you think WWE SummerSlam will get more viewers with it being on a Saturday, or will it get less viewers?
It'll get plenty.
It'll be fine.
It'll do great. Wrestling fans are going to watch it no matter what time it's on, what day it's on.
Probably's like, no, I'm asking, is on a Saturday? Yes.
Yes.
SummerSlam
the 21st.
is on a Saturday.
And Cardi B's going to be hosting it. Now it's up, 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 now it's up.
Eric Bischoff's in the chat.
Hey, Eric Bischoff's in here.
83 weeks in a row. Nice.
There it is, number 1 for 83 weeks. Make sure you're
Becky,
subscribing,
Becky,
Bischoff.
Becky,
We need 26 more
Becky.
subscribers to get to 1,000.
Becky's home breastfeeding. John says, I like Bender. He's funny as hell. Eric Bischoff's like, I made the flares. So it's like, I used to watch Futurama. I didn't watch every episode, and I have never seen Rick and Morty. Heard of it, though. Yeah.
She's 11-time champion, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I don't count the 2 in NXT.
Yeah. What somebody said, she's an 11-time champion. Oh, Chris said, 11-time champ, that's a relief. I actually thought she was already 14-time champ, kind of like Rick.
There's 5. Because she had the Divas title.
Mm-hmm.
And that counts. I'll give that, because it was the main title.
Well, it was. They had one title for the women, and it was the Divas title. That makes sense. That you would count that as any title. As a
I
winner
love
for
that they
women.
took the NXT ones off, because they were saying 12-time forever.
Mm-hmm. Again? Right now.
Who is this?
Rhea.
Oh, she changed her music?
No, it just started a little bit different. It's the same music. They just didn't start it with the burn it down or
Oh,
whatever.
this
it
is
started.
brutality. Yeah.
Brutality, yeah.
Why is this still going on?
The talking or the walking?
This feud.
I don't know.
Rhea should just go off into the sunset with her bad posture.
She's very angry about not being a champion anymore, so she has to do something about it. Rob is like blinded by the lights with the clothes Square has on. Square sounds slightly robotic in her tone of voice.
It's normal. She is definitely a robot in her movement and her tone. Okay, let's see how Rhea pulls this off.
Eric Bischoff says, easy, just subscribe. Nice.
Easy E.
Sophie says, but that Saturday is going to be interesting if you are both a MMA fan and WWE fan trying to choose what pay-per-view to order if didn't sign up to Peacock.
There is no MMA pay-per-view. There's a boxing match that
There's
day.
some boxing that night.
Pacquiao
in the
and
same
Earl
city
Spence.
that they're having the SummerSlam pay-per-view at.
But the 7th is the UFC pay-per-view. Unless they've changed it in the last day. Because it was the 7th on Saturday.
Right.
Ah.
Robbie says, don't all title wins count? I don't really count that NXT as part of
It's not the main roster.
the main show's stuff.
There you go. Charlotte said no.
In a weird way, but she did say no.
Oh, Sonya's going to make it happen?
Johan's like, we want Becky. I was like, I told you the celebrations wouldn't end well.
Yeah, they never do.
Sophie says, I thought she was a 14-time champion with her reigns as SmackDown.
5 on SmackDown, 5 on Raw, and 1 Diva.
Yeah.
And
The other
2
one
in NXT.
Or NXT. And
But they're not counting
don't count
those.
those. Mark Bischoff says, we want Mean Gene. Lolita says, feeling in time. Sophie says, when is Becky coming out to shut her up? Well, she didn't have to. The GMs did. Oh, goody.
That's what I'm saying is weird.
All right, is Charlotte going to lose it in one night?
Oh, God. She always, they have before.
Oh, she kicked her with her freaking shoe. And then kicked her knee.
In the knee. I don't know if that's a cheap shot. She's the one that was in there.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Charlotte kicked her in the face with her
Level
shoe.
the playing field.
That's brutal.
I do. Yes, I do.
She get her shoe back.
Yeah, somebody threw it to her.
Rhea can barely stand up.
Well, she's pulling a Liv.
No, she's not. She's
Oh,
way more
she's not
physical and stronger. And she wants to fight. That was a 7-minute celebration that was stupid.
It's stupid.
She should have just taken a chair to her and just kept beating her while the GMs watched. They can't do anything about it.
What, wouldn't she have had to get a chair?
Well, there's chairs around.
Why is she still standing there staring?
Because they're keeping it going. Oh! Kicked that quad, which then hurt the knee.
Oh, gee whiz!
Golly gee willikers.
Chris says, "Hello, the crowd chanting Becky is funny. Becky also means a word for her sexual thing. Does it? Does it?"
It might in Europe. They have some pretty interesting.
Chris is not in Europe. He's in Texas.
Oh.
Eric's like, mean Gene, mean Gene. And Ravi says, Android Square. Sophie says, oh, I thought all boxing was the same. No.
Boxing is boxing.
boxing.
And then MMA is the stuff where they fight in the cage and their hands are on each other and they can punch and kick,
wrestle and do all kinds of weird stuff.
choke.
Boxing is a gentleman's sport, and it's probably been around way longer than MMA.
Well, MMA is gladiator, so it might be a way older. But
But I'm not talking. I'm pretty fucking sure gladiators didn't go around spin kicking each other. I'm pretty sure they grappled with each other.
They would have
wrestled.
They would have known the best way to beat somebody else, but it was probably to the death, so it would have been a little bit different.
I don't think that they did kickboxing.
We just don't know.
I doubt they did.
They would have done whatever they can do to win. There would have been kneeing on the ground. There would have been more violence.
That still cracks me up.
Are they going to show
Oh God, please
Liv
do.
crying?
Oh, please do.
Liv posted it on her own page.
Her crying?
Uh-huh.
Once again.
So I called her Liv the Victim Morgan on her own page.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, she can't be a good role model if she's always a victim.
True.
Uh-oh. She has a special guest.
Very, very special.
Is it Liv?
I don't know, but it's on later.
No, Natalia coming down.
Natalia and Tamina, huh?
Tamina, is this a tag team championship match?
Probably. Is this a robot war? Sophie says, let's see. Eric Bischoff's NXT is just Thunder, by the way. I invented Thunder, so you could say I own NXT. Nice. Robbie says Sonya needs to get lumped for jobbing to Adam Pearce. Robbie says no title challenge there then. Chris says, yep, Nikki will cash in tonight. Walter says good Money in the Bank last night. Yeah, Walter, good to see you in here.
Good to see you in here, Walter.
Says
It was
a little bit of
fantastic.
icy hot and real will be all good. Sophie says, so with the reigns Charlotte has, she won't beat her father's 16 title record until sometime next year. Right?
Well, she loses it tonight. Holy crap.
Eric says Charlotte is looking beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Arn Addison. Now that's a woman. Arn Anderson?
Iron Anderson?
I guess. I don't know.
Old Arn?
Well, he's saying Arn, A-R-N, and then Andy Son. A-N-D-I-S-O-N. So, I don't know. I don't know who that is. I don't even know if that's a woman. Are you sure that that's a woman? Walter's like, hey, Eric Bischoff still missed WCW and NWO. Sophie says, we know Becky Lynch will return at some point to set up her SummerSlam feud with whoever. Eric says, I miss WCW. Hogan never had a belt in years. Sophie says, I get UFC, MMA, and boxing all confused. They all look the same from each other.
Right. They're combat sports.
I really don't think boxing looks anything like UFC or MMA, personally, but boxing
Yes, and if
is
you
held
want-
in the ring just like the wrestling is.
If you want
It's
to,
just
if you
like
want to
that
put them
almost.
together like that, then yes, there is a big MMA thing on the 31st or the 21st, and I don't think it's going to get in the way of any boxing fan watching wrestling or a wrestling fan watching boxing. Like, I just don't think that's going to happen. So
Yeah.
nobody's going to say I have to choose, except
I
for
would
the
rather
people there.
choose.
Because if I was there, if I had to go live, that would be tough. But since I can watch them both on TV or whatever, I'm not. I'm going to watch this because this is what I do. Wrestling. And then
I
after
would
it's
choose
over,
boxing.
as long as it doesn't get over too late, I will be watching the Pacquiao. It probably won't start until around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock Vegas time. So I should still be able to watch it.
Walter says John Cena is back. You can't see me, right? Bobby's like, WCW should reform. Chris says I want some Bliss versus Eva Marie.
WCW
says-
did reform. It is called AEW. It's basically the same
Eric
thing.
says WCW was best. Walter says, hey Travis and Duluth, I can stay until 9:30, then Wednesday be here at 8 p.m. for AEW. Nice.
Looking forward to it.
Sophie says, remember when WCW went out of business that the WWE was thinking about bringing Nitro back, kind of like how they did the first brand split?
Holy crap. Yeah, when that first happened, I was watching, and I had just started watching WWE again, and so I was flipping back and forth, like, during commercials and stuff, and all of a sudden, freaking Shane McMahon walks out, and I'm like, why is Shane McMahon on TNT? And so I flip the channel, and it's the same exact feed. I mean, the exact feed on both shows. And I'm just like, what is going on? And then I wanted to cry after that because they got rid of most of those WCW guys. The invasion angle never worked because in order for an invasion to work, just like the Reckoning or whatever they were called, not Reckoning, that's the girl in the group, but that group, Retribution. The only way that works is if they win every once in a while, right? Like, you can't have an invasion and then the invaders get their ass kicked every single time they try something. They could have had that angle go on for almost a year or longer. But instead, they did not.
They played it stupid, and then people complained.
And they just beat them all up all the time. And then you just start seeing the wrestlers slowly showing up on WWE TV, like Booker T and Scott Steiner, and those guys started slowly showing up. But it was over by then. It was just dumb.
Wow, they already started. Here we are. It's
Sounds
Tamina,
like you weren't
Natalia
very
versus
excited about
Shayna
my
Baszler
story.
and Nia Jax.
Anyway, Natalia taking it right to Shayna Baszler.
Whoa,
Nia's got her hair crimped.
and cut.
She's looking like she's from 1986.
Her hair is shorter, too.
She looks like the girl off Howard the Duck.
She's like, well, I decided to get a perm, and I'm not sure how well it worked out.
All right. Nia going right after her cousin. Samoan drop right there on the floor. Oh, right to the side, the barricade. There's no love law. Shayna Baszler. Is this a title match? It doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't say anything about titles.
What kind of champions just are in matches every week but don't defend their titles? That's just dumb.
I don't know. It's dumb.
And again, it's in the women's division, and they're making the titles irrelevant. Nia Jax has a different outfit on, too, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She's looking like Tina Turner almost.
A little bit, huh?
Oh, quick 2 count. I don't think Tamina's over in the corner,
I
Natalia.
think that outfit is shaped a little better and doesn't have the weird lines on it that makes some of her outfits look so awkward.
Now that she's traveling, going to be on the road, she's like, I got to change my outfit.
I gotta look
Shayna
different.
Baszler, look at this. She's going to snap that elbow.
Nice.
She's going to have to get Tommy Johns after this. Oh!
Chris says, oh, Alexa Bliss playing with herself again in her playground. Robbie says, Nia, the whole Jackson action, the woman is getting bigger and bigger. Eric says, obviously, Arn Anderson is a woman the way he did that spine buster and DDT. Oh.
Oh, yeah? Is that how that works?
Sophie's like, maybe SummerSlam will have some sort of crossover with a fight on the night. That night. Baker says I'm back, so what did I miss? We're just started a tag match.
Yeah, right now we got our tag match. Natalia and Tamina going up against Nia and Shayna. Yeah.
The Spawn is going to have to retain...
fight for the title.
Fight for her title later on.
Defend her title.
Again. Defend her title, so there you go. And Alita says that was a good miracle. Eric says, Vin, you missed me declaring my love for that diva, Arn Anderson. NWO was full of old farts and jobbers. Sophie says the invasion angle flopped because they couldn't get the big names, and the big names came after the invasion angle ended.
Oh, yeah? Is that what happened?
Walter says Tamina and Natalia for the win, and Robbie says
big kick
for the Tina Turner look.
Shayna rolls her up! Oh, just a 1 count.
Walter says I'm glad.
She said
Tina's
almost
in
got her with a
AEW.
roll up, and it was a 1 count.
Right. Chris says Baszler with the joint manipulations. And then Vindicator's like, that's nice, Eric. Hope he returns the love to you. Sophie says, did you watch the Broken Skull sessions with Kevin Nash that dropped yesterday?
I did not.
Walter's like, LOL, funny Nia Jax.
Reginald's up there helping out. Here comes Natalia. Grabbing his ankle. Look at these two. Reginald's bigger than Natalia. Natalia just got kicked right in the side of the head or in the shoulder. I couldn't tell which one.
In the shoulder.
Boom! Big kick! Shayna just lost her head.
For her
2 and 3. A little quick 3-minute match for the women.
Once again, Reginald made Shayna lose. Just trying to help. Air quotes.
So maybe Shayna and Nia at SummerSlam?
Maybe.
She's getting sick of it. Maybe it's time to walk away. You guys are not champions.
Oh.
Nia needs her man.
Shayna. Oh, good.
Nia headbutts him.
Nia!
Takes out Reginald.
I guess she saw it. It's you. You're the devil.
Well, I don't even know where Reginald came from. I mean, I know where he came from, but I don't know why he came.
He's still around? Why did you came? It's a better look for Nia, Alita says. Right? It is. She looks a lot better tonight. Robbie says, Dee, would you wear that outfit that Jax has on? Probably not. Sophie says, at least we don't have to see the Thunderdome again unless something changes. Vindicator says, well, Nia looks worse than ever. At least she can somewhat wrestle to have that to fall back on, but people will soon get tired of that too.
Uh-oh, 24/7, 7-Eleven. I-95 North, South.
Oh, they all tripped and
European
fell over each other.
24/7 champion.
Is Reginald going to win the 24/7 championship?
Yes, right here. Reginald is going to become relevant. There's no referee.
The referee's right there.
He's not in the ring.
Doesn't matter. He doesn't have
Reginald ducks it. Spinning splash. I don't know you'd call that. Woo! Lands right on him. 1, 2, and 3. Reginald is your new 24/7.
You better run, dude. You better run now. Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla. Lita's like commercial. Sophie says, I heard WWE cancel a couple shows. Eric Bishop says William Regal is a British trollop. Nice. I like British trollops. Walter says, I heard rumor WWE canceled one show. Walter's like, hey, Ayla late. Robbie says, Shayna.
Reginald, wow.
Loser lately.
Did you see that?
No.
He just jumped right over his head by doing like a weird side flip.
Huh.
Hopefully they'll show that one again.
It's like, I gotta put the belt on, because that's more fun. How would you know? You've never seen it before? Liars. Looks like the invasion angle failed because, more specifically, Ted Turner had the huge WCW stars tied up in multi-year deals that Vince, I guess, didn't feel like paying.
It's right there.
So he brought in all
Did you see
all the cheap. Yeah, I saw him flip over him. All the cheap talent. Even his staff told him to hold off on the angle, but he wanted to pull the trigger when he did. And then the big stars started coming as their contracts started expiring.
Right.
Halo says, yeah, I was eating tacos. Sorry, Walter. What the fuck, Halo? Where are my tacos? Bitch, you're supposed to give me tacos, too. I want tacos. Bring me my tacos. Eric says, right, I am off. And remember, Aaron Anderson is mine. Sweet. Sophie says they have been building the Shayna and Nia feud for months, but they're not feuding. They're not feuding. They got rid of Reginald.
Reginald's gone. It could still happen.
Right? Vindicator says, disappointed that Shayna is nothing like her NXT days. McBossman wasting another character, which has become commonplace. Now, not necessarily the crowd was chanting Shayna's name. Ravi says that headbutt never connected. Sophie says, people are upset that NXT changed after they moved off the WWE network. I think people just
Well, it has to. They have to get it ready for TV.
Chris says Tamina winning with a super kick. I mean, it's not like the longest super kick party ever, aka the night the Young Bucks turned heel and Adam Cole joined Bullet Club. LOL. Robbie says Reg wins. Walter says, hey Luke. And Mitzi's like, huh? And Alita says, I like Reg. He looks like my ex. Well, that's nice. I'm glad that he looks like your ex. Usually when people look like your exes, you don't really like them. Vindicator says, and rightfully, so nobody gives a damn about I-95 belts. Only if our truth has it. Sophie says, Reg is like James Ellsworth, but a little bit worse.
Yeah, he didn't beat AJ Styles multiple times.
James Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth beat AJ Styles a few dozen times.
That's funny.
I don't know about a dozen, but he beat him quite a few times.
Funny.
It was because of Dean Ambrose.
Oh.
Dean Ambrose would beat up AJ and then have James pin him.
Chris says Reginald 24/7 champ. Ari is in the chat saying, now that's something you don't see every day. Walter says funny 24/7 match. Aravi says Byron clapping like a seal. That's pretty normal for Byron. He doesn't know anything else to do.
The champion came out first here, guys.
So weird. Vindicator says no, Sophie. James was a totally useless. At least Reginald has athleticism. Yeah, and a chin. Robbie says the fella proper cooked Humberto. Robbie says, who's the fella fighting? Humberto Carrillo. Sophie says, imagine if the WWE started the invasion angle a lot later than it did. We would have had a lot of dream matches.
Look at that. Xylee, Raquel Gonzalez.
Didn't Xylee put somebody out for a while?
She did. Martinez.
Nice.
Mercedes.
She's like, bitch, please. I get the spot. She's like, death. So, let's see, Sophie. Robbie says Reg looks like T-Pain. YBD says, what did I miss? I don't know.
When did you get here?
Just now, maybe.
So what have you missed for the whole show? Charlotte has to defend her title tonight against Rhea Ripley. That's a big one. Reginald is the 24/7 champion.
Yes. Elias and Jackson Riker had a Symphony
of Destruction match.
And Riker won. Let's see. John Cena came out and talked at the very beginning of the show, and then Riddle came out, and they broed together for a while. And then they had a 6-man tag match. It was Riddle and the Viking Raiders versus AJ Styles, Amos, and John Morrison.
Yep.
And then Amos went bonker butts and cray because
tried to kill Miz.
Because Riddle stole a dripstick and sprayed it all over him, and he thought that the Miz did it. And he threw John Morrison around, and then John Morrison got pinned by the Viking Raiders, which was ridiculous. Let's see what else.
And then Tamina pinned Shayna in a tag team match.
Yeah. Shayna
because of Reginald, and then Reginald got kicked out of the group because Nia headbutted him.
Decided no, so she kicked him out, and then he won the 24/7 belt after that. So there you go.
Then the 24/7 champion came running down, got in the ring, and Reginald went ahead and cross-bodied him and did some sort of a summer sunset
Fall.
flip,
Yes.
and pinned him.
Mm-hmm.
Getting too close to SummerSlam, I can't think of sunset flip.
Yeah. Vinegar says nobody knows who the hell that is, Robbie, except me because I occasionally listen to rap. That Reg looks like T-Pain. Alita says he looks better than T-Pain. Sophie says most of these people are wrestling in front of live crowds for the first time.
You
Robbie
think?
says, should Raw squash the third hour? They always should squash the third hour.
Just drop it.
Sophie says NXT also got 4 weeks to build to their pay-per-view match. Nice. YBD says sounds boring, and Robbie says should Nia and Shayna split up?
Not right now. I was thinking maybe, but I don't know how much. I don't know what they have planned for SummerSlam, and so they've got to have something exciting. Maybe a fatal 4-way for the women's tag team titles with Shotzi Blackheart and Nox, Nia and Shayna, maybe another tag team in there,
Right.
and then obviously Tamina and Natalya.
So it was like, if Raw squashed the third hour, what would USA Network fill that time with? Whatever they want.
Old reruns of Raw.
Law and Order SVU. I mean, come on, everybody loves that. TikTok.
Oh. Yeah, well.
Old TikTok.
Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is going to be on TV tonight, guys. On Raw.
Wow,
I don't know if he's
why?
going to wrestle,
Weird.
but he's going to be on Raw tonight.
Why would he? That's so weird. Okay.
They're getting him ready for the main roster. Vince went down to the Performance Center and just scouted the big guys. And now he's going to take the big guys from NXT, too. He's like, we need some size on the main roster.
Yeah.
And here comes Humberto.
Humberto Carrillo.
Humberto's winning this, guys. Whether it's going to be a roll-up or an actual finisher.
Vinegar says a lot of things should happen that won't because the management team is full of morons.
Right here, look at this.
Vindicator's like,
Ugh.
Cross excites me as long as Scarlett is with him. And that she doesn't wrestle. I just want her to be his little dude, his little lady.
A featherette.
That's it.
They
I
used to
don't
call
want
them
her to-
featherettes in
I
the
don't
old
want
days.
her to wrestle. I just want her to be herself and just
valet.
do her thing.
All right, Sheamus misses. Humberto attacks him right in the corner. Now, Sheamus is super physical. Humberto's going all in on this. It's like punching him in the knee and the back. Don't tire yourself out, young man. Oh, baseball slide. That's broken.
Broke it.
Watch the wrestling. All right, Sheamus kicking him.
What?
This is quiet.
Yeah, because I had food in my mouth.
Sheamus gonna try to pull him into the ring. Little suplex. Nope. Humberto gonna turn it around. Maybe suplex him onto the outside. It's very dangerous.
Ooh. It's like my face. Wasn't even near your
Right
face.
across the top of the rope. Humberto's up top. Missile drop kick. No, he went across body. One. That's all he's got on the big man. Humberto fighting like a child. Look at this. Uh-oh. There he is. Damian Priest watching from behind. The scenes in the back. A big kick right to Sheamus' midsection. And again to the midsection. Humberto Carrillo, if he wants to win this, is going to have to do something spectacular. What's he doing? This is just cheap.
Trying to rip off his face.
All right, Sheamus spills out to the floor. Humberto going to follow him to the outside. Sheamus
tried.
hits him with a big forearm.
Alita says the Fallen Order is on. I'll go to sleep early.
Right?
So it says the WWE only has 3 matches scheduled for SummerSlam, and all of them part of SmackDown. They've got a little while to go. They can still make matches.
There's a good chance they already have the Bobby Lashley match planned out, too.
Right. Robbie says, ain't that Toni Storm meant to be coming to the main roster?
Yes, she will be on SmackDown this Friday.
Did you get it working again?
I did.
Oh. Or if you hit the wrong button
I
when
hit
you were
this
doing
little
it earlier
thing.
or something. Oh.
I must have hit it like that.
Oh. Alita says Humberto. Sophie says, I'm surprised they are debuting Cross tonight. I thought they would save him after SummerSlam.
Oh, he's not. I don't think he's going to do anything spectacular. Like, he's not going to be wrestling. I mean, he might wrestle, but it's not. He's not here.
Raw, but he's still the NXT champion.
Yeah,
so.
he's still wrestling in NXT. He's just here.
Robbie's like, fella needs to hit the bro kick, squash that ham roll's face. Grant T says Cross versus Lashley. Oombi Silverback's in the chat. Hey, Oombi. Hello, all.
Hello.
Peter says, but Scarlett is 10 times a better wrestler than people currently wasting time in the ring like Bliss, Vega, Mella, Eva, Spawn. Is she, though?
Who is it?
Scarlett, a better wrestler.
Oh, Scarlett's not a better wrestler. She's better looking.
Sophie says we are getting Edge versus Roman.
But we all want to
Rollins,
see her
Roman
little
versus Cena, and I
butt
forgot
pull
the
to
third
the
match.
face when she gets up on the ropes and she puts her feet around the other girl's ankles. She puts her ankles around the other girl's face and then pulls her into her butt repeatedly.
Oh. Humby. Okay. The O is silent. They subscribe. Thank you so much.
Hey, we're
Sophie
getting closer
says,
to
do you
1,000.
see Big E showing up tonight?
Old Big E. No, I do not. Unless Bobby comes out and says something about Kofi and how he embarrassed him and stuff like that. But it would be tough for Big E to start that rivalry right now. I still feel like Big E should have a huge rivalry with Reigns before he gets drafted over. Because there's still plenty of time for that to happen after SummerSlam.
Right.
Because that's the end of August. And then the draft's not going to be until October again. They switched it back, it looks like.
Right.
And that means there's over a month in there where they can do that feud. But they won't do that because he's got Money in the Bank, and so it would look silly.
Yeah, that would be pretty silly. But we never know, right? They might do something really weird. Who knows?
They do. They do weird stuff all the time, but not with the Money in the Bank. Very rarely do you see Money in the Bank wrestle for the title when they have the Money in the Bank.
Oh.
Because it defeats the purpose.
Right.
You want them to wrestle somebody else that's going to beat them up, and then you get in there and take advantage of it.
Grant 2 says the scream in the background. And Vindicator's message retracted. Wombi says that. And Alita says, I want to play with the spawn of Travis.
She's in there playing some weird game that I've never heard of. And she says it's old, but I've never heard of it.
Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Wednesday for AEW. All right, Walter, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Have a good night. We'll see you on Wednesday.
See you, boss. For
And
dub.
Jason Michaels in the chat. Hey, Jason
Hey,
Michaels
Jason.
says, Cross and the Return Fiend. Hey, Wrestling Gab.
It's going to be fantastic. Hopefully the Fiend does show up tonight.
That'd be fun, right?
And maybe that'll be her special guest.
Maybe. Sophie says Big E will be in Miami for the Rolling Loud event. And Alita says, sounds fun.
Yeah, it's like a rap concert that they're doing in Miami.
The Rolling Loud event?
And then Ohio or wherever they're
Ohio.
doing the stuff, the actual wrestling stuff.
Oh, I see.
But they're going to do some wrestling at the rap show.
Right. Well, they'd have to. It'd be weird if they didn't.
There it is. Irish Curse backbreaker.
Sophie says, with Big E being Mr. Money in the Bank, he could show up on any brand at any time.
Absolutely he could. I just don't think they're going to start doing that right away. But you were 100% right. They could do it way before the draft. Have him show up right now, win the title, and just stay on Raw.
Pickle is in the chat. Hey, Pickle says, I'm upset they just subtly mentioned Karrion Kross debuting tonight.
Right? Just kind of in the middle, like,
Right, Cal?
Karrion
Yes,
Kross is going to be on
sir.
here.
TikTok, it's time.
They don't
What?
give a lot of shit about NXT. Like when they were just talking about Charlotte's titles, they didn't bring up the NXT ones. And she's had those twice.
B says, I am a gorilla. Sweet. Do you talk to your phone with sign language and that's how you use it? Robin says, Kofi should have forfeited. The match man's ended up looking like his pancakes.
Do you like to swim? Just wondering.
Alita says, hi, Picola. So he says Seth Rollins wrestled for the championship when he was Mr. Money in the Bank at Royal Rumble 2015.
Yeah, no, it does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't. It's just not normal. Look at him biting him. What
Nice.
shoddy shaman?
He's like, if you're going to put your hands in my mouth, I'm going to bite you. Wow, he literally threw him over by biting him.
Right?
That's insane.
Little arm drag with his mouth.
Olympi says, okay, I am a huge star on YouTube. Nice. Vinegar says, I could show up on any chat stream at any time, but I usually don't. Maybe you should try it. Pickle says, hey,
Showing
Alita.
up.
Robbie says, swim with sharks. Sophie says, it will be the first time ever that SmackDown will take part in a concert event.
Yes. Now, NXT has done it, especially NXT UK. I think they've done that a few times. They do it with some sort of concert event. But anyways, Humberto, look at that. Hurricane Rana off the top. Byron, don't say what I say. Embarrasses me.
I thought of it first.
Creo. Oh,
Oh.
God. Just speared him with, like, his neck and head.
He did.
Like, don't do that. That's how you get hurt. Sheamus is stuck.
That's funny. Somebody says, no, I am super intelligent. And Sophie says, I can't swim. Well, that's terrifying. And Vindicator says, that's funny, Obi. And Obi says, I am off. All right.
He's like the gorilla on Trading Places.
Uh-huh. Robbie says, is Bliss on tonight? Yeah,
Yes.
she's having some playground and having a special guest star.
She has a special guest
Umberto's
coming up.
going to get him. He's waiting for him to turn around.
Missile drop kick.
Oh! Dang.
There's no way you could pin him with that. 1, 2, and
Oh,
no!
he got out of it.
You don't
Holy
beat
Hannah.
Sheamus with a freaking drop kick, guys.
Sophie's like, I wonder when Nikki Ash will cash in and against who. She has a whole year, so we don't know. It could be any time. A whole year of waiting for it.
It could be tonight, guys.
Could be tonight.
There's going to be a hell of a knockdown, drag-out fight tonight. And she could cash in tonight.
I mean, after Charlotte's kicking her shoes at people. I thought only Riddle did that crap, but
she
she's
kicked
got
her right
really
in the
good at kicking her
face.
shoes at people. Pickle says, I seen that recently, not for the gorilla, but for Jamie Lee Curtis.
I like that show, right?
Trading Places,
You wanna
right?
You want to
Get
see the
some
Scream
naked,
Queen?
Get to see some naked Jamie Lee Curtis.
Her boobs were fantastic at that time.
Weren't they? You know what's really funny is she's still in really good shape for her age, and she's never had any kind of, like, help.
Work done?
Yeah. Oh, he lost. He lost.
Wow.
That's where they're going to put
Sheamus.
Damian Priest in there, huh? Bummer. I was hoping they'd kind of push Humberto a little
Aw.
bit better. Robbie says, D, you should go on Bliss Playground. Yeah, I like to swing on the swings. Sophie says, with the Rolling Loud concert, I wonder how much of the concert we are going to see on SmackDown Friday.
I would say not much, if any.
Yeah, because they're going to show, like, the matches probably, and then pan back to Ohio for the matches.
I have a hard time seeing them do a lot of rap stuff on there because there's a lot of swearing in the rap. And so I just don't know if they'll have that on television, especially on the PG stuff. Now, it is on Fox. They can do whatever they want. But I just don't see them
But they're not going to because...
saying, bitch ho, bitch ho, bitch ho, bitch ho.
and other things that we're not allowed to say. Alita says, lightning just hit my building.
Oh,
Robbie
shit.
says, yes, the money shot right there. Humberto in the mud.
I don't know this. This is so annoying.
Yeah, that sucks. It just hit your building. You still have power? Robbie says, Alita, you enjoying Raw? She might not be now that her building got hit by lightning. But she said yes.
Don't advertise for Peacock. They suck.
Totally suck. What a bunch of bull crap. That was just pathetic.
Now, granted, it was just in the introductions,
I don't care.
but still.
I don't care. If that would have happened, I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, it's bad enough that it's happening during, like, the guys coming down to the ring in the
Can you imagine if it would have been when John Cena
If it
came
would
out?
have been during John Cena, or if it would have been during a match, like any match, I wouldn't care what it was. I would have been furious. more furious than I was. I was trying to get on my stupid Twitter and I couldn't get on it because I can't remember my stupid sign-on crap.
Uh-huh. I'm the same way.
Ayla says, I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. That's right.
Here he comes, the almighty open challenge. Is it starting the 3rd hour? Oh, getting
no.
close.
Not quite.
It's ending the 2nd hour.
Vindicare says, as far as I remember, Wrestling Gab has always been R-rated. Talk about public hairs and pubic hairs and such. It's not my fault that they have stupid commercials about it.
About shaving your pubes away.
Yeah, sickos.
I'm shaving my pubes away. Looking for a brighter day.
Robbie
for
says, why
me.
get Peacock? It's 2021. There's other ways to watch pay-per-views. Sophie says they are going to have matches at Rolling Loud with Big E versus Apollo and Bianca versus Carmella taking place at that event. We have Playboy Bunny Starlight Glimmer in the chat saying, well, what? Alita's like, hey, Ayla, and Robbie says D would never swear. I know, right? I would never do such horrible things. Sophie says,
I would
Peacock
never
is cheaper
fucking
than
swear.
paying for
I don't
regular
even fucking
pay-per-view,
swear. I would never say fuck. It's on Anchorman when he's like getting kicked out for saying fuck you, San Diego. San Diegans?
San Diegans. Picola says, hi, Ayla. Playboy Bunny says, it has been a while, everyone. Yeah, Starlight Glimmer, it has been. Ayla says, even before that pubic hair, we were R-rated. Robbie's like, Travis laughing.
San Diegans.
Ayla's like, hi, guys. Hey, Ayla, where's my tacos?
San Diego, discovered by the Germans in 1908. It means a whale's vagina.
No, I don't think that's what it means.
No. Agree to disagree.
It's unfathomable.
It's without fathom. Mega Mind. I gotta watch that shit again. I forgot that existed. He's just too
Will
fabulous.
Ferrell.
As he's fighting himself.
Forsaker Man had some awesome ones, though. I'm in a glass cage of emotion.
Who hurt?
The guy.
What did the bad man do? He punted Baxter.
He punted Baxter. Through my burrito.
I'm in a... Where are you? They're gonna put cornerstone on. They're gonna put cornerstone on.
I'm in a glass cage of emotion. It's an old wooden ship.
Diversity. An old wooden ship used during the Civil War era. I'm sure corporate is not concerned about an old wooden ship. Afternoon delight.
Chris says, is Cross about to answer open challenge? Nah.
That would be cool. That would be the way to go.
But probably not. Ayla says, come get them, pork butt. No, you have to bring them to me. That's how this works. And why are they made out of pork butts? That's weird. Are they carnitas tacos then? Is that what you're saying? Because carnitas tacos are yummy. Kier's in the chat. Anyone from the UK in here? Yeah, Robbie is. He's from the UK. I'm not sure he wants to talk to you, but he's from the UK. Robbie does say, I didn't swear until I found the Gab and Dee taught me all the bad words under the sun.
Oh, she will.
I do not know all the bad words, people. Feels like no one important. So it's like, I'm surprised Cross is coming with the NXT Championship. They rarely do that. And the here says, I wish Sting would accept Bobby challenge just because WWE missed out on bringing in Tony Schiavone after buying WCW.
Very sad days.
Alita says, we have plenty of UK fam in here. We do. And Alita says, okay, too. And Sophie says, I wonder how the SmackDown Rolling Loud deal came together. I don't know.
It's hard to say.
I did not do research about it. Kira says, they should vote Labor. We need all the votes. We need all the votes we can get. I bet you do. Chris says, the only sensible feud next for Bobby would be Fiend, but Goldberg coming out prob. For an open challenge, I guess. Is that really, they going to do that now? Maybe. Sophie says, do you think with them doing Rolling Loud, it opens the door for them to have other concert events for SmackDown or Raw?
I mean, of course it does, but we'll see how it ends up panning out. It's all going to come down to ratings.
Robbie says the Gab should rated 18 with D swearing all the time. It actually is. It's like we have our channel set up that it's for
no children.
over 18 for no children. So we are not a family friendly. But that doesn't mean kids don't lie about their ages when they go to stuff.
We've
Jeez,
had plenty
people.
of 12-year-olds in here.
Totally. Ayla's like, pork roast. I don't know. That's just how I like to make them with slow cooker overnight fried tortilla. I do that too. I put them in the slow cooker. I found this really cool recipe that works really good. Travis likes the taste of it. And it comes out really good. And I use the big pork butt roasts that have the bone in it because it makes them taste better. Put them in my slow cooker and cook it up. And then after it's done and you shred and you like kind of break it up. I don't shred it. I just kind of break it up. I put it under the broiler because that's the way you get like the crispiness of the pork. And I keep like the juice, and then after you like mix it with the juice after you
Here he comes, guys.
after
Who's
you
it going to
kind of
be?
break it up in pieces, you mix it with the juice and then you put it on a cookie sheet or a pan and put it under the broiler for like 10 minutes or so and then turn it over and it kind of crispies it up. It's so good. Like the best meat. That's how I do mine.
All right, open
creaminess.
challenge, guys.
Then of course I have to get,
Here
corn
he is.
tortillas
Bobby
and
Lashley going to do his own
oil
talking.
fry 'em and then some pico de gallo and cilantro.
He's talking about...
Shit's yum.
I'm like, what's he talking about? He did all the talking he needs to do in the ring. You mean his actions did all the talking? Is that what
Totally.
he's trying to say?
Kara says Robbie
No
must
more
be a
talking.
Tory. Robbie says
There he
BB to
goes.
turn up, yeah.
Now,
Vindicator says
MVP
Sophie
gonna tell him what's
researches
up.
everything under the sun for WWE. She's committed.
to the almighty Bobby Lashley. Vince is regretting not pushing him years ago, since he is the new Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
It's the home of the Cowboys. It has been. You know what?
Jackie!
They should be like,
Since you've seen a
you're right. It was like 94, I think.
Right? Yeah. Ayla's like, I'll try that yum. Yeah, it's like the best way. And that's usually how they make them. They like
Be careful
broil
because
'em
you
or
can
pan fry 'em.
over broil it.
Well, yeah, you don't do it for... I mean, you put it on high, but you gotta watch it. So you time it for 5 minutes, look at it. If it looks like it's not crisping up, go 5 more minutes. And then take it and turn it over and do it the same. You just be careful. But it really is. And you have to get the fatty meat. If you don't get the fatty pork, it
Is
doesn't
he saying
work
it
as
did
well.
make him soft?
Anyways, that's what I found.
He is saying that. He's saying that the hose made him soft.
Dude, stop scoring. I'm only allowed to score. Only me.
Yeah?
Kofi was
What?
right. And then maybe Kofi should have kept his mouth shut.
Yeah, he might have won.
Let Bobby be soft.
An inferno! Sophie says, I thought NXT did like a Rolling Loud or an Arnold Classic every year.
They do something in Europe,
Yeah.
like with a Rocks show.
Kira says, Vin is Boris Johnson, so this is what you're doing. Sophie says, I thought Kira says Bobby Lashley is a dodo. Robbie says, not into politics, right? And Robbie says, oh, that shouting. Piccolo says, fresh made enchiladas would sound great right about now. Robbie says, is quality. Kira says, Robbie, I am just joking. Alita says, tostada. Robbie says, Kira, no bro. Sophie says, the WWE had rappers perform on both Raw and SmackDown in the past.
Yes.
And Kira says, I'm a much better wrestler than Bobby.
No more women. No more champagne. No more fun and games.
No more bullshit.
No more beast shit.
No more bullpucky. No more bullpucky. Ooh, we gotta have a witness. Olivia says, you see that look he gave? Totally. It's terrifying. And Robbie says Bobby is soft as premium toilet paper.
Yes.
Nice.
Or he
It
was
says
with all
someone
those hoes.
threw a fit in one of our local Mexican restaurants the other day because they didn't have the hard shell tacos with all the fixins. He yelled, "This is a raw tortilla." What?
That's pretty funny.
Are you kidding me? I know you guys were talking about Mexican restaurants like that they don't have like hard shell tacos at like.
Is anybody going to be brave enough, guys? Who's it going to be? Who is this?
Is it Keith Lee?
It is.
It's fucking Keith
Big
Lee.
Keith Lee.
It is Keith Lee. There you go. Everybody, he's back.
Keith Lee.
You guys wanted it. There he is for that open challenge. He's like, I need to come back when there's fans. I don't want to.
Badass. It's somebody that can push him, but yet can't beat him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Vinny here says reality is the women didn't want to be around Bobby without their payment. Sophie says I bet Travis is a better wrestler than Bobby, and Chris says Daniel Bryan.
Bobby Lashley was a collegiate wrestler. I don't know about any of that.
Robbie's like, Keith, your boy D is back. Oh, nice, right? Chris says, yeah, Eli did that too when he came up to Wyoming.
Keith Lee getting up in the ring.
Kier says Bobby could not fight his way out of a paper bag. Pico says, oh man, Keith Lee. Sophie says Bobby is like Brock on the mic. Chris says Bobby voted Keith Lee last time though. Sophie says he is back. Kier says Keith Lee is the queen of UK. Bobby says Bob not looking confident.
He's the queen.
Vinicure says good for Lee, but he will probably be a mid-card jobber in 2 weeks. Alita says Trash Lee has a cold sore. Alila says no, he made them refund him. He said that it's not a real taco unless it's the hard shell with cheddar cheese. People are silly. Chris, I remember you telling us that.
Is this tonight? It's up next, guys. Keith Lee, Bobby Lashley. It's happening. Right after we get back from this commercial.
That open challenge worked out well. So we said he looks like he lost a little bit of weight. Roberta says for a minute there I thought Brock Lesnar was going to face Bobby Lashley. Medicare says Lee returned tonight because he is from Texas. Sophie says, how does this set up Goldberg versus Lashley though?
It does not.
Robbie says Keith Lee talking like Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Olivia's like, yes. Keith.
You want to wrestle me tonight, but are you good enough to wrestle me?
I just think it's funny, you know, those people that complain about that kind of food. I just look at them and I'm like, you've never been to Mexico, have you? Or have you ever went to a person's house who's Hispanic and had food at their home? Because they do not have hard-shelled tacos. Like, ever. Like, they do not eat hard shells. Like, that is not something I've ever seen in any household or any person I knew of that was Hispanic and made authentic Mexican food. And when I went to Mexico, there was no such fucking thing as fucking hard-shelled tacos.
Well, I get them at Taco Bell, so they're real.
Oh, yeah, that's real, alright. Real American Mexican, maybe, but not real, like,
Mexican Americans.
From, like, Mexico. The best is when you get to go to those places and they make homemade flour tortillas and cook them on the griddle or whatever right there in front of you.
Or cast iron ones.
Or even
Is
just
this wrong
on
turn?
a griddle.
Oh, God.
And then Okay, well.
Looks kind of fun. Because he's blind. You can just hear them breathing.
That's creepy. Anyways, but but yeah, that's the best. And then they make like you know, homemade like refried beans or something like that. Ugh. It's just crazy. I just yeah. Grunty says Baskin is Lori. And Robbie says Bob gonna get cooked up. You think? Kira says Keith Lee is the queen, and I don't have proof to prove it. Sophie says, does that mean we might see Mia Yim back on WWE television?
That's what I was just going to say. Mia Yim on Raw, because they talked about her being on SmackDown, but they never brought her back. Yeah. But by moving Naomi...
That probably made an opening for her.
There's a little bit of a room.
And they're engaged, so they kind of want to keep people together. So, Robbie's like, what's a hard shell taco? They have Taco Bell in the UK, but I have never been. Don't go. You'll just hurt yourself. Do not do it, Robbie. It is like, don't do it. No. Just no.
Just make sure you eat it at home by the toilet.
Like, just be on the toilet while you're eating it.
Ew, that. Don't do that.
You might as well. It's where you're going to end up anyways. If you don't have gut problems now, you will after you eat toxic hell. Lita says, no, they don't. They use tortillas. Yeah, they don't use hard shells of any kind. I mean, maybe every once in a while they use, like, tostadas, which are just a hard corn tortilla that they've maybe deep fried. And they do that sometimes, but it's not something that's, like, a major thing. I mean, it is, you know...
Is that going to be the main event?
Use, but they don't use, like, the taco tortilla shape that we have here in the States. It's like it's crazy that people don't know that. I mean, I fry tortillas, but they don't get hard like that. Just kind of crunchy, homemade. Yeah, I do corn tortillas.
Here we go, guys.
Put them in oil.
Keith Lee, Bobby Lashley.
I don't make them crunchy. I just make them so they're kind of stay together better.
It's official. It has started.
Good. Best tacos is that kind. It's my favorite.
This is a fantastic matchup.
I like to use them and make taco dogs. Anybody ever had those?
I didn't realize Keith Lee was as tall as he is.
Yeah. I think it's
6'2".
because you're used to see him kind of next to Drew McIntyre that whole time, and so you don't really think of Keith Lee as very tall.
He is 6'2",
but he's
320.
But he's tall in his own way, right?
Yeah, Bobby's got him by a couple inches, but...
Yeah, but not enough.
Look at the power of both of these big guys.
Sophie says
Gorilla Monsoon.
They knew who Roman was going to face at SummerSlam months ago, and with Bobby, it seems like they don't know who they want him to face at SummerSlam.
All right, they're locking up again. The test of strength. That's what they need to do, the old-fashioned test of strength.
Right?
The irresistible force meeting the irremovable object.
Hayla's like, don't go, Robbie, don't go. Save yourself. Save your soul and your butthole.
Bobby just attacks him.
Oh, Robbie says, LOL, cheers for the heads up, and women's title rematch just has fraud written all over it.
Keith Lee picks him up, carries him like it was no problem. I think the whole ring shifted when he hit that corner.
Threw him into the corner.
Yeah, watch the whole ring shifts. Boom!
Wow. So, this is for the title, right?
Yeah, I would assume so. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
So, I don't understand why they aren't putting it up in the corners, but it is, though. Usually, if they do it, it's usually, like, up in the corner.
Oh, crossbody by the big title. Man. Did somebody say that they think he lost a little bit of weight? He looks bigger to me.
Yeah. Somebody said he looks like he lost weight.
Not as agile.
I don't think he looks like he lost weight.
He didn't look as agile there on that crossbody. Because that's what he was known for. That's why Vince wanted him. If you ever watch his stuff in the Independence, he was doing somersaults. He was like Ibar.
Right. It might be because Lashley's kind of a bigger, a more hefty-duty guy, too.
Oh, pop-up powerbomb, maybe? No, Bobby got out of it. Spirit bomb there.
I've never heard of
shit.
Dog sounds Chinese. It's not. You just make corn
That
tortillas.
sounds racist.
And you're being racist immensely. You just make...
Stereotypical, not maybe racist.
The corn tortillas and you do the hot oil, like I was saying.
And you just make a taco, but with a hot dog.
Like,
boil
whatever hot dogs you like.
Dirty water hot dogs.
And then you just have all your taco fixings like you normally would. And then you just use a hot dog instead and put
You
stuff
just
on
wrap it up in a bun and it's...
in a tortilla. It's really good. Like, I've had it forever. It's really good. I usually share it with a lot of people, so. Piccolo says, that sounds great. Do you guys make fresh refried beans as well?
No.
You know, I've never made them, but I've looked up recipes to make them.
Oh, shit! Bobby
Like,
just takes him.
To make them
With that
in my
big
crock pot or
shoulder.
something instead of on the stove. I've thought about it because Travis, like, doesn't eat, like, processed stuff and sugar and
Oh,
stuff.
shit!
And
Just
so
clotheslined him
sometimes
right over to the top.
I have to make different stuff and not
Is
out
this
of
the
cans.
greatest match ever on Raw?
It is. It's totally the greatest. Because the veins in Bobby Lashley's arms are sticking out. In his shoulder area. He's very angry. Very pumped up.
Now, Bobby can't even get the big man up. Look at the power of Bobby. Throws him... I thought he was going to put him in the crowd. He couldn't get him.
Sophie says...
Reversed it, threw him right in. What he was trying to do is that thing where he runs and wraps his head around the ring post.
Oh, yeah. But he couldn't get him there. Sophie says this is the first time since February that we have seen Keith Lee back on WWE TV.
Yeah, they were saying January, so yeah, it's been a while. Either way,
Yeah.
February, January.
And he did
Keith Lee
have
couldn't even get in the
some
ring
kind of
right there.
Injury at some point.
Is that MVP distracting him?
Oh,
Yes.
MVP
Oh, shit.
distracted him.
Almost took out that whole barricade.
Did.
Could have killed 7 or 8 fans.
Let's see. Robbie says, D, if I go, will I be sitting on the John for days? Yes, most likely you will. Like,
Oh, shit!
I
Big
don't-
spear
maybe
on
not
the
in UK.
outside.
I don't know what they do with their food in the UK. It sounds like you guys don't know how to have food.
That is unbelievable. And maybe they don't put as much sugars and stuff in their food there.
Just sounds like their food's very blah sometimes. It was like, no, I haven't, but I'm sure I could and should. Some homemade fresh refried beans, right? Raleigh says, hi, so glad Keith Lee back. Woohoo, he's so good. Isn't he great stuff? Hope he wins, Bobby.
Let's see if it can happen. I just don't know if it's going to happen, guys.
As
Bobby
Ayla-
is the man.
He is. As Ayla says, I put a drum, but a bum. It was a joke. I'm sorry, Korean. My bad. Geez, yeah. I mean, get your people straight. Like, it's the Korean people that eat the dogs. Just kidding. But bum.
Here it comes, guys. If he can get it locked in, that's some big arms to get
I
that
don't know if
wrapped
he's
around.
going to be able to.
He's
Is
halfway
he?
there. He's halfway there.
He's got one. Oh. Get it up there. Is he going to lock it? Keith Lee's like,
Keith
"I
Lee's
Hulk up.
strong.
I Hulk up.
Ah.
Got it. Threw
Damn.
him around.
Did a little arm drag without any arms. Look at the power of Bobby Lashley. Bobby is shredded, too. It's hard to be that strong and shredded. Here it comes. It's over, guys. He's going to end this.
He gave him a good spear right there.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh, bummer.
Bobby Lashley.
Retains his title. He definitely is putting in the work. Bringing that business back.
The
Good
Hurt
for him.
Business. I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Yeah.
That
But
he
it's
was
good
actually...
to see Keith Lee back. I'm glad he's back.
Now the music hits, right?
For some Goldberg.
If they're going to do it tonight, it would have to be now.
They're going to do some surprises. Surprise!
Bobby Lashley's just a lot of man.
Uh,
Alita's pissed right now, I know it.
Right. She's like, I
hate Bobby.
hate fucking Bobby. He's such a bad man. I hate him. So if it's like they treat Bobby a lot different than Roman by having Bobby wrestle every week in every pay-per-view while Roman wrestles every once in a while.
Right, because Roman's the head of the table. I want to see him wrestle at Survivor Series, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't know if they'll put those two in the same ring together.
Right. Sophie's like, who cares about food? Robbie's like, D, better than Martha Stewart with the cooking? Right. Ayla says, WTF, Sophie. We care about food. Clearly you're new. Right.
There it is! Goldberg!
There's your pop you needed. All right, there's everybody.
Everybody's standing up.
Oh, he's bleeding.
He's going to bleed a lot more here in a second.
I didn't see that it was coming to me that fast.
He's like, that mother... See his face? Fuck! Bobby, that motherfucker. Fuck!
Yeah, Will
Look
Lashley
at,
in
look at the
chest like
fear in
Henry
Bobby
did.
Lashley's eyes. We've never seen fear in his eyes before.
Right? Oh, man.
There's no
Says,
Goldberg.
Travis and that classic sarcasm, but with Lee back, maybe the mystery female returning is reckoning. She got her name back, by the way.
Mia Yim.
Ayla says you don't like food. You're in the wrong chat. Will Lashley is in the chat with angry faces.
Goldberg.
Alita Kelly says, with the way Travis eats, is your grocery bill higher? Not really.
No.
Sophie says, I just buy different stuff for him. And he'll eat stuff. And I'm not... The stuff I eat isn't, like, a big deal. Like, I eat meat and vegetables and stuff. Sophie says, I've been part of this channel for a while. I love
hugging
food.
fans.
Robbie says, people in the UK love wings, chips, and filet burger something.
All right, Goldberg's in there with the almighty.
Burger Mills. He is. He's out there.
We do know one thing for sure. Goldberg's not going to be looking up to Bobby. He's taller. He's a bigger man here.
He's a big man. Chris says Bobby bodied Lee last time. Robbie's like, for takeout. Ayla says, well, then you'd know we talk about food. And Piccolo says food chat is just as important as wrestling in here, right? Sophie says this is kind of a
look at him laughing at his face. I'm next.
Will Lashley.
Shouldn't he say you're next?
I'm next.
Pretty sure he said I'm next. Bobby wants some, though.
Will Lashley's giving us a, whatever. The guns. Vindicator says, now you are just drooling over Bobby, Travis, LOL. Ayla says, I mean, we're still talking about cooking, Gav, so watch out, people. It's getting yummy in here. Sophie says, I love all types of potato chips.
I would have loved to see this match 15 years ago.
Right?
I think we'd have had a different outcome.
Mm-hmm. Some prime would have helped on one side.
Well, if Goldberg was in his prime, like 98... I think he would just run through him.
Chris says, okay, now Fiend will return for Bobby. I know he doesn't need title, but I still want to see them fight. And Will Lashley's like, no. Robbie's like, D, you sound just like Hartman from South Park with the voice, right? Piccolo's like, ha 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 ha. Lolita's like, yes, I am pissed. And Robbie says, Oldberg stinky. Will Lashley's making scary faces. Vindicator's like, Goldberg is being written to treat Bobby like Brock. Oh my lord.
Well, yeah, but remember, he beat Brock. And then he had the title for a while and then went into WrestleMania and lost it.
Sophie says, oh no, the rumors are true. Robbie says, Alita, Bob is a fraud. Desmond is in the chat. Hey, Desmond says, that shit was too predictable. Sophie says, he is getting cheered. Chris says, Oldberg.
In his prime.
Oh, yeah.
He was a beast.
Let's see. Alita says, bleeding from the ear. Yeah. Robbie says, what is Oldberg's finisher?
The jackknife, or the jackhammer, they call it. The jackhammer.
Sophie says, I still don't get why Goldberg is getting a title shot after losing at the Royal Rumble. Jacob Eugene says, is that my favorite legend, Bill? It is. He's out there.
William Goldberg.
Says, I'm next. Sophie says, we know Goldberg is the backup plan because they couldn't get Brock. Robbie says, cooking with D, first step, how to put on your apron. Desmond says, Oldberg versus Rollins. Sophie says, too bad we never got HBK versus Goldberg one-on-one.
HBK, huh? That would have been interesting. Completely contrasting styles. Yeah, I don't know what would happen there.
Desmond says Rollins versus Edge on SummerSlam. Ooh, Edge and SummerSlam.
SummerSlam's card's looking good, guys. I'm getting excited for SummerSlam. At least 3 matches look fantastic. They're going to have to do something with Bianca.
That's his fish.
I got me a marlin. Looks like he kept it.
Yep.
Looks dead.
It looks kind of dead.
Did you eat it?
Did you eat your fish, Jacob?
What kind of fish is that?
What kind of fish is that? It looks
like
weird.
A pike or something? I don't know my fish.
I don't know it either. You want to see it better?
I don't know. Like a trout? Like a lake trout?
I don't know. It doesn't look like a trout.
It's very round-headed.
Yeah.
Like a bass.
Something. It's got a weird fin on the back. Like under its belly right there. I've never seen them like that before.
They're European fish. No, I don't know.
European?
I'm teasing.
You're so weird. You're such a dork. Oh, jeez. Oh, too funny. Robbie says, second step, pierce the film lid and place it in the oven. Oh, second step, pierce the film. Ew, gross, dude. Nasty. Is that the kind of food you eat over there? That's gross, man.
The film, a TV dinner.
Yeah. Sophie says, or Goldberg in his prime versus Austin in his prime.
Dude.
Roberto says, just got better and better. Hey, it's the guy with 2 first names. It's Kevin Patrick. He has 2 first names. So weird.
Kevin Patrick.
Kevin Patrick. It's 2 first names.
There he is. The best entrance song in wrestling, and we didn't get to hear it.
Jerks. It's with Shanky and Veer.
Shanky and Via.
Shanky and Veer.
That's some tall guys right there. If I was in there, I'd be up like belly button height. It's Jinder's birthday. Happy birthday, Jinder.
Happy birthday, Jinder.
Look at people are cheering for him. That is great news.
Yeah, right?
The crowd's cheering. I think Jinder's taller, isn't he, than Drew?
I don't know. Maybe. It's funny. Desmond says Tony Storm versus Bianca Belair at SummerSlam for the title. Ooh.
That could happen if they do it quick enough. If they
Robbie
can get
says,
that build up quick enough.
Dork ain't heard that word in ages, right? Sophie says we also never got Sting versus HBK in their primes or AJ Styles versus HBK. As Ayla says, Ravi, go to bed. Ravi's like, nah, that was the second step, cooking with D. Sunil is in the chat laughing. Chris says Travis' favorite theme song.
It
The
is.
Indicator says, so apparently one of Jinder's bodyguards is named Stanky? No, it's Shanky.
Shinky.
That's worse than Dewdrop. It's Shanky. 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 Sunil says, I will become WWE champion once again. Sunil Mahal says. Lita says, happy birthday, Jinder. And Desmond says, y'all getting closer and closer to 1,000 subs.
It's a climb.
It's happening. Chris says, it should be Drew versus Jinder at SummerSlam in a Pujami prison match. That's terrible. Why does it have to be a prison match? So weird.
Who is it?
Jinder and Drew. Jinder Mahal and Drew.
In a prison match?
Pujami prison
Yeah, that's
match.
what we want to see. That's a wooden steel cage. It's fantastic.
That's funny. Enrique says, Duluthi, you should take a break whenever Drew comes out. I wish I could. Really. You don't understand.
They got him last night. They kidnapped him. And she also predicted that.
Yeah, I actually said I wish that someone would come down and steal Drew
And lock him
lock him in a closet and then just keep him there so he couldn't participate in Money in the Bank.
And they did.
It was like,
They
I think
kidnapped
it's
Drew.
ridiculous that he even got a chance for the stupid thing. It was just weird, and then it happened.
Jinder Mahal. See, this is another huge one I want to see.
I didn't specify who would do it.
I
would
just hope that
specify-
Jinder Mahal wins at
Somebody
SummerSlam,
should do
but
it.
I doubt he will. But that would be the ultimate, is if Jinder wins it.
Right? Yeah.
No.
Sophie says you should do something special when you reach 1,000 subscribers. Mm-hmm. Robbie says, Ayla, I will soon. Going to bed. Desmond says Jinder versus Drew at SummerSlam. Usos versus the Street Profits at SummerSlam. Roman versus Cena was also too predictable. Even Travis predicted that. That's because it was rumored and...
Shinky's going to sing.
Shanky? Shanky is going to sing.
Happy birthday.
Dad,
Yeah.
say hi, Drew.
Hey, Drew. Uh-oh. Something's happening. Something's happening, guys.
Please make it stop.
Everybody stand up. There's Drew.
No thank you, Drew McIntyre.
I feel like this, yeah, absolute classless on Drew's part.
Totally. Completely classless. It's ridiculous. What a
Shanky
jerk.
is a tall dude. He's 7 foot tall, by the way.
Shanky?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Why is he like all being all like,
He's telling him to stop.
oh.
Drew's like, I'm stopping. Just kidding. Oh, right in the guts! Then right in the back. Repeated chair shots.
Ouch.
I feel like they should be jumping in
Shouldn't
and
be
helping
the other
their
guys
friends.
helping?
No, they're all the way up the ramp sitting
Why
up
are
there.
they doing that? That's not
Oh,
right.
God, that hit him in the elbow. Where's Tito and Jermaine? Broke the chair, and then he just ripped it apart. He broke that chair up on his back.
That's just terrible. Whoa. Holy crap.
Yeah, and then ripped it apart with his hands.
Ah.
The loose parts. These clowns here in Texas want more. Where's Drew going? Drew, going to get another chair. Uh-oh. They're not helping him. Help their
Poor
friend.
Shanky. That's not cool at all.
Oh, here they come slowly. No, it looks like the modern-day Maharaja wants to go back, but his other buddy's stopping him. Listen to those chair shots. Horrible camera work.
God damn, dude, you're trying to make me have a seizure.
They're doing the same camera work they did in Thunderdome when they don't need to. 19 chair shots. Here comes 20. A big, hard-hitting chair shot. Poor Shinky.
Poor Shaky. What a jerk. Yeah. Sophie says this
Holy
is an
crap.
upgrade from the Bollywood Boys or whatever they were called. The Singh
Yeah, the
brothers.
Singh boys.
Sophie says, I wonder during the Roman versus Cena feud if they mentioned their last feud 4 years ago.
Look at his back.
Oh my god.
Did you see it all purple?
Yeah, it's bloody and purple. Poor guy. Desmond says Sammy versus Finn Balor at SummerSlam. Possibly, since he did come out during Sammy's thing. And Ayla told me not to text her stuff. And then I told her I do what I want.
Karrion Kross coming out now.
It's happening right now. Robin says when the Gab does hit 1,000 subs, Dee will get her boy Edge on for the exclusive interview. I bet I could probably find an impersonator that looks just like him in our town because we do have a lot of meth heads around here. Pretty sure we could find somebody that looks kind of like him.
Oh my God.
Scraggly beard, long, gross-looking hair, old-looking with sunken-in eyes, but they're all buggy.
But they're only like 37.
Yeah. But they look like they aged 40 years. Pretty sure I could find one.
Hey, Edge, tell us about...
Hey, yo, you want to make a quick $20?
Tell us about WrestleMania. What's WrestleMania? That's what we thought, Edge.
We knew you were geriatric.
Do interviews with like lookalikes that know nothing. We got our new niche.
Just go around town randomly looking at people. You know, you look like a wrestler. Excuse me, by the way, why are you in this town? Aren't you supposed to be having a fight later this week? And
we
blah,
have
blah,
about
blah?
400 Kevin Owens at the trailer park over here. We could do an interview with Kevin Owens every other week.
We totally can. It's like Liz just over there on Pinterest, watch wrestling, lady. So it's like there are some people on both.
Karrion
sides, so it's hard to
Kross
predict what will
by
happen at SummerSlam.
himself. Notice. He got no arm candy
There's
tonight.
no Scarlet? That's ridiculous. We need Scarlet. Why is she
Remember,
not there?
Vince gave him big money for a reason, and he
That's
didn't go get
weird.
Lance Archer. He went and got Karrion. His name was Killer Cross at the time.
Oh, he's going to go against Jeff Hardy, huh?
Jeff Hardy.
Oh,
Gonna be the
wow.
guy.
Sophie says, there are some people who on both brands that it's hard to predict what matches will happen at SummerSlam. So sorry, my lady, don't ban me from ignorance. That's right. You better be sorry. Robbie's like, a little no beeping in the chat. Robbie says the Bollywood boys. Sophie's like who Apollo going to face at SummerSlam? Oh, does he exist still? Oh, I forgot all about that.
I just hope he has a match. I like that dude.
Hayla's like, Robbie, I'll fight any one of you nerds. Des was like, ha ha ha. Chris was like, Cross is coming. Robbie says $20. How cheap do you think mans are? Cheap, because that's all about all they need for a good rock.
Oh my gosh, you know the price.
Sophie's like, I'm guessing Karrion will be by himself. Desmond's like, Cross versus Goldberg at Mania next year. Chris says Cross versus Fiend. Desmond's like, Finn versus Brock at Mania. And Chris was like, no eye candy. Exactly. Robbie's like, Ayla nerd, that's harsh. And Desmond says Jeff versus Finn. Sophie says, wow, I wonder how many fans who watches NXT are already complaining about Cross main roster entrance. And Ayla's like, sorry, nerd. And I don't think she is sorry. Desmond says, ha ha ha. Lita's like, with gladiators on. Russell McIntyre's in the chat making angry faces. And Alita says, squash. And Vindicator says, they're always throwing Hardy to the new Lions. So Jeff career as a future Hall of Famer winds down as a jobber.
Yep. Putting guys over.
Yep. Russell McIntyre says, I will have my title. I shite you not.
You're going to have to get it from Roman.
Robbie says, oh, a good rock, Dean. Not wrong there. Sophie says, wow, a fresh match. And Robbie says, Ayla, haha, you douchebag. And there you go.
We have a lot of feminine products on our...
Oh my god, it's so disgusting too. Like, gross. I don't want to see that garbage. Like, ugh.
They're like, shave your vagina.
You know what?
And wear these Depends. And
They're going to be showing crap like that. They need to show, like, penis pumps and, like, this is how you remove your ball hair.
it ain't mine. One penis pump receipt that says Austin
Powers. Signed by Austin
I swear
Powers.
it's not mine.
Desmond says, can y'all stop there arguing? Where is the Raw Women's title rematch?
It's coming up at the end, I think, guys. I think that's your main event, which could mean one more surprise.
Who said anything about arguing? I do what I want. Don't tell me what to do. I'll delete you. You just made the list! It was like, fun way to spell. You're always so creative with your dyslexia.
5% kick of alcohol. Does that mean is if you drink 20 of them, you get 100% alcohol?
Maybe. Duz was like, OMG, not D2. Duz was like, oh no, Travis. And Chris was like, Fiend is last surprise.
Is it going to be Fiend? I was thinking it... I mean, we still haven't seen the Bliss show yet.
True. Who knows who her
Blister's
special
going to have
person's
somebody
gonna
on her
be.
fun house.
Chris says Scarlett is
Yep.
back with Alexa.
They said it's going to be the main event. Which means Becky could show up, guys. For that
Possibly,
last big
She
pop.
wins. Charlotte wins and retains, and she's all broken and bloody. And then all of a sudden, Becky just steps out from the back with her baby latched onto her boobie. And everybody's like, Becky! Becky!
With like one of those
And
like
she's
togas,
like-
but with
she's
one
like-
tit out,
and
but
she's
feeding
like,
a baby.
Bitch, you thought I was home breastfeeding. Desmond says 22 subs away, y'all. Could hit by SummerSlam. Possibly.
That's what we're hoping for.
Sophie says, didn't Chris Jericho kind of did what Jeff Hardy is doing now by facing all the newcomers? A lot of these guys will do that.
They got to get their paychecks.
John Cena kind of did it a little bit too. Not always, but sometimes. You know, he kind of
Against
helped
the
the
top younger guys,
the
yes.
younger guys kind of get their good footings.
I guess this is a top younger guy, Karrion.
Yeah.
I don't think Karrion's very young.
No, he's an older man.
I think he's in his mid-30s.
He's mature.
Like Keith Lee. Keith Lee's like 38.
Mm-hmm. Chris says Becky comes out, attacks Char, and Nikki cashes in. Robbie says, Ayla, what are you like, man? Vindicator's like, FYI, that clipboard is just full of Travis notes and facts and figures about each match, like a good statistician.
Yep.
Statistician. Actually, it's full of notes about how horrible all of you are. Just kidding.
You guys are giving me way too much credit.
He's like, list of this. He's like, I gotta make a note of that.
I just put the matches in order and how long they last. And that's it.
That's a black mark. I'm kidding. I'm just randomly writing down stuff about you guys. That's how I remember where all of you are from and who you are. Des is like, this is too hilarious. It is like, what do you mean? What am I like?
He's from London, England.
Who's from London and England?
England.
Who's from England?
I don't know, somebody.
Who's from England?
England.
England?
England.
England. It says that. Luna says, yes, no more words is back. Sweet. So if it says, I
All
wish
right,
they
carry on
put
with
the
the
draft where they were rumored to put it a week after SummerSlam.
I wish they would too, but they're moving it to October again, I think.
Pretty sure that's what they talked about last time. Wow, Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy got out of the way. Twist of fate, that's it.
He's done. He's never coming back from that.
Here he comes,
They're like,
Swanton.
Go to the top.
It's
Break your
over,
stem.
guys. Right out of the gate, Carrie didn't last a minute. Oh, Carrie had moved.
Hey, that's been happening all the time now.
If he hits him in the back of the head with this, it's done, guys.
Desmond says, damn, Anila says I'm 6'5".
Oh,
with
no,
muscles
Jeff.
on my muscles. Nice.
Carrion's a big enough man. I wasn't sure if he was big enough to compete in WWE.
Who?
Carrion.
Oh. He's not big enough? Is that what
I
you
said I thought he wasn't. I wasn't sure.
Oh.
Jeff won.
By cheating, did you see what he did?
Jeff Hardy won, guys.
He won? He pinned him by putting his feet on the ropes.
Jeff Hardy won that
cheated.
match in 1 minute and 35 seconds.
Cheater, 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 cheater.
It doesn't matter. In the scorebook, it's 1. He's 0-1 on Raw.
Still a cheater. Still a cheater.
Karrion Kross comes up to the main roster and loses, and he might pull a Liv Morgan.
He's gonna pull a Liv Morgan. It's my new thing. I told Travis today not to pull a Liv Morgan.
I wasn't pulling a Liv Morgan. I said I will just walk it down there, and you like to pull a Liv Morgan.
I told you that last night. Because you were like whining about it.
I wasn't
I'm
whining.
like, don't pull a Liv Morgan. I was hoping you would say something else, and you did. I was like, oh my god, it's too perfect. Don't pull a Liv Morgan. It's the man
It's
with
Kevin
2 first
Patrick.
names.
The list.
Oh, I thought that's what it is.
Jeff Hardy
I was
just
like,
made
wait,
the
because
list.
Jeff Hardy just made the list.
That doesn't work on the main roster. See, this doesn't work on the main roster. It's not
Yeah.
working. That's not working.
Alright. Vindicator wants me to say statistician 3 times fast.
Statistician.
Robbie says, Ayla, you defo got jokes. Ayla's like, I defo do, buddo. Sophie says, do you think Cross will defend his NXT championship on Raw in the future? And Vindicator says,
No.
How come you never flex on camera, Ayla? It's like Talitha say that horrible
Hello,
word 3
Bliss.
times. Do it. No, I'm not good.
And welcome
Do
to
it.
my playground.
Pucifer. I did it.
Puce. Who is it?
I have to say Lucifer in my head first.
Fresh out of timeout. Lily's out of timeout.
Hey!
Lily.
We've got Lily as our special guest. No.
I think we need the goddess back. Lily's going to be on her best behavior.
I was like, Ayla
Ah,
with more
shit. Who's
jokes
this?
than Adam Sandler. Desmond says, oh, it's Marian. Dewdrop.
Okay, these are better bottoms, I guess. The fuck is she wearing?
I have no idea.
It's like a swimming suit.
The star and face.
The star and face. Oh. Dewdrop. Yeah, Dewdrop's all playing along with her. Oh, look, you're here. Yay.
Yay.
Dude doesn't want any part of it.
Yeah, her face is like, yeah, no, that's not happening.
It's like the game, just the tip. Just for a minute.
Just for a minute.
Just to see how it feels. Look at Alexa's got like those knee-high or thigh-high stockings on.
Yeah.
We'll be here for every Monday, Friday, and
Did she just trip?
Yes.
I don't want to say negative things about this, but I feel like this is the most cringy thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's got the cringe. Major cringe. Yeah, cringe. Oh my god, finally it's over. That was just horrible.
It's because Eva Marie can't talk.
I know, and like poor Bliss is like trying to carry her a little bit,
But she has to
not
act-
allowed to talk.
But her character is like goofy, so it doesn't come off as good. Because Bliss is really good.
I know she is.
But her character doesn't allow her to
really talk yeah.
be what she needs to be. She's got to be a child.
Mm-hmm. Robbie's like, Ayla with more jokes than Adam Sandler. Desmond says, damn, not already. Ayla's like, Finn, because I don't want to scare you. That's why she doesn't flex. Sophie says, wow, that is a surprise. Desmond says, y'all had me feeling bad for Liv last night. Chris says, WTF just happened. Jeff beat Cross by cheating.
It doesn't matter how. It matters that he did.
Nicola says, well, I guess that's a win, shaking my head. Vindicator's like, oh. And Ayla's like, who's Adam Sandler? Lita's like, he is pulling a Liv. Robbie says, D, you should have a pic of Liv crying as your background pic when you stream SmackDown. Desmond says, Cross versus Hardy rematch next week. Damn, where's Scarlett?
It's
She's
probably
going to
be the wallpaper,
soon.
guys.
And Ravi, I don't really want to give her, like, I just don't want to give her more of her victimhood.
I will probably put a picture of Liv crying on the thumbnail.
Can you make it better, though? Like, make it, like, anime crying or something.
Like
where she just has, like, streaming rivers of tears coming down or something.
I'm sure I could figure it out.
That's way better. That's more funny because she is a victim. Desmond says Cross versus Hardy rematch next week. Damn, where's Scarlett? She's supposed to start wrestling soon.
That's probably where she's at because she's not with Carrion.
Chris says
or Killer.
Cross needs to put the announcer into chokehold. Robbie says, Ayla, I know you're kidding me now. Sophie says, I wonder what the NXT roster is thinking now with someone beating that person nobody could beat on NXT. Desmond says, Bliss reminds me of my 5-year-old cousin, not in a bad way, though. Lieutenant Martha in the chat saying, Cross looks like Mojo Rawley, half Cass XL, FKA Big Kaz.
Right.
Ayla says, I don't kid, kiddo. Vinegar says, Bliss Playground means another 10-minute break later. Ayla says, I don't watch movies. Sophie says, wow, D is laughing again. And Robbie's like, Ayla, you're crazy. Lita's like, that's creepy. Desmond says, where's Liv with all the crying to make everyone depressed? Icon's in the chat. Hey, Icon. Says, well, it seems like going to the main roster is a demotion. Robbie says, Ayla, nor do I. And Desmond says Liv versus D. And Ayla says, maybe you're crazy. This is all an illusion. You're actually in a straitjacket, staring at a wall, yelling, I love wrestling, over and over. Sophie says Adam Sandler is a funny guy. Funny guy. Robbie says, Ayla, you are on a mad one tonight. Desmond says, how Cross gets on the main roster before Cole and Gargano. That's weird.
Size, guys.
Please don't put Cole or Gargano on the
size.
main roster.
It all
I don't
comes
wanna see
down
them.
to the size of the man.
But you know, you could
can't
put
teach
Gargano
size.
up there and put him with Victim Liv, and both of them could throw their 3-year-old tantrums at the same time. That would be perfect. They would make the perfect Victim crybaby team.
Like
Maybe
his
amazing.
wife down in NXT.
Yeah. It says, I'm bored, to be honest. Des was like, Jeff pinning the NXT champion is weird, and what about the Joe storyline? Okay, so Jeff pinned the NXT champion by cheating. He didn't do it fairly, guys. He used the ropes. Did you not see that? So, could he have really beat him without using the ropes?
He's a former world champion, and Cross has never been close to the world championship, so...
I mean, I understand that, but it wouldn't have ended so quickly if he couldn't have used the rope. And the
Tag
ref
team
didn't see
rematch. Is that tomorrow?
it.
Or
Must be
next
'cause
Monday?
it's not tonight.
Next Monday, not tomorrow. Nothing's on tomorrow, guys.
Nothing is on
NXT is on
tomorrow. NXT is on tomorrow, but we don't do that. You have to go over to Joe's channel to watch that.
There it was. This is my brutality.
Yes. Sophie says, why does Vince like to change NXT superstars whenever they reach the main roster? Because they can't always use their names.
Because they don't have entrances like they do down there up here.
Which is sad because they have awesome entrances down in NXT. And I don't know why they're putting, what's her face? Scarlett as a wrestler. I want them to just keep her as his little lady.
Right, it's called the valet, yeah.
Oh, Lita says that doll didn't move. Why would the doll move?
To trip Eva.
Sophie says, do you think they will have Cross involved in 2 different storylines and they cross over with each other at some point with him working both shows?
No. I think they're just putting him up here to see how the crowd reacts to him. And then they can make their decisions and see how everything worked.
Yeah. Robbie's like, Liv will never come on the gab now with Dee slandering her. I'm totally okay with that. That does not hurt my feelings whatsoever. Vindicator's like, so the main event is just as I feared. So Trav, Dalitha, Ayla, Sophie, and all the other eccentric characters of the gab. I will see you next time, maybe for Hey Dub, aka AEW.
What if
Bye.
Becky shows up? What if something exciting happens at the end of this? You almost need to watch it anyways.
You gotta see, maybe,
There's
Charlotte
a lot
will
of
lose her
time.
title.
There's a lot of time left. There's probably
Ayla's
2
like,
commercials
"Right,
left.
then." Robbie's like, Ayla, why are you bored? Robbie says, Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles saw it clear. Ayla's like, boyfriends playing video games and kids are asleep. I don't know. I was like, Ayla, you
Charlotte,
know
look
video
at-
games?
She's back in her Cruella outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cruella DeVille.
Except for the outfit underneath isn't. The spots.
It's not cow.
No, it's not cows. Robbie says Stevie Wonder just called to say, I love you.
And he means it from the
Desmond
bottom of
says,
his heart.
Call the helpline. Liv is a victim of bullying by D. Sweet. I hope she goes cries about it. Ayla's like, love video games, but he's playing No Man's Sky. Not my type. Sophie says, do you think Cross will drop the NXT Championship before he gets fully called up to the main roster like Kevin Owens did?
I would assume so, just like Keith Lee, yes.
Robbie's like, Ayla, did Stevie just do that? Totally. Somebody get locked in the front room. What'd you do? There's crying happening.
Right. We got 20 minutes.
Why are you crying? There is no crying.
I don't know if McKenna went into the bathroom or outside. I think she went in the bathroom. It makes us freaking out, but she might have went out back.
Stop crying.
Come on, Megara. You're not Liv Morgan.
Right? It was like, yeah, no New Year's Day to celebrate.
No holiday.
Alita's like, Dalmatian. Desmond says, how did Stevie get into this conversation? Why don't you go talk to Ravi about that?
Because he was blind and he could see that
It's not
Jeff
clear.
could cheat.
It was like, why are you in my business, Desmond? Ravi's like, D, I think it's the live effect. Is it? It's happening everywhere. It's just happening all over the place.
She's from Adelaide.
South Australia.
It's the hood.
Adelaide.
That's the hood.
The hood. Sophie says maybe Cross is a free agent like Cena by showing up on all brands at any time until they make a decision on him.
Maybe.
And it does. I was like, what do you mean, Ayla?
Charlotte.
Ayla's like, you know. It's Charlotte, your new champion. Yay, Charlotte.
11-time world champion.
Lilia's like, dogs are spoiled. No, they're not. Never spoiled. What are you talking about? So it's like, we know Bronson Reed is getting called up. Why? They have like multiples of him. Why would they want more of that one?
That's an interesting call-up. I think he's a lot more loved in NXT than he ever will be on the main roster. Yeah, they wouldn't let him walk out, though. That would have been fantastic, because that would have been an interesting fight. They really did show up
Right.
at WCW television taping or live show. And Scott Steiner's a bad dude.
Yeah.
Collegiate wrestler, 4-time like world champion at wrestling in real life.
Right.
Like he would have been in the UFC, the original UFC, but he wrestled.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure none of those WWF guys would have stood a chance against Scott. But there was like 8 of them. But he had big Kevin Nash with him and Scott Hall. It would have been an interesting real fight.
Ayla's like, y'all can't bring up people and not expect a song. Not my fault. It's your fault. Leah's like, don't get in the water. Robbie's like, message retracted. Desmond's like, huh? And Sophie's like, remember when Ricochet and Black got called up? They were on both shows for a while until after Mania that year.
Yep.
Ayla's like, what in the butt? Alita's like, sharkiest place on the planet.
South
Sophie
Africa?
says that year they competed for every brand's tag team championships. Nice. Wow. Seconds.
1 second to white her teeth.
Sweet. 1 minute, apply and go. Sounds terrible. In the same week, Sophie said, they competed for them in the same week on every brand.
All right, we're getting ready for this main event. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, or Charlotte, however you want to say it.
Cha.
Cha.
Char.
Cha. Charlotte.
Cha.
Cha cha cha.
You know, Meg, life is hard. Robbie says Liv
She
should
just-
be sponsored by Kleenex with the amount of crying she does, but her house is full of tissues. We have one of them right now. We've got to live out there in the hallway.
She's crying because she didn't win the ladder match.
Desmond's like, Malachi Black versus Roman Reigns, AEW WWE crossover November. Alita says Australia. And Sophie says, didn't Triple H and Vince have a deal that if he calls up NXT talent, they must have some sort of plan for them?
No, Vince owns everything. I mean, he could say anything he wants, but it's his. I mean, there is a board that could try to overrule him, but he really does run everything. And everybody on the board is comfortable with him running it, so they don't... It's all up to Vince.
Robbie says Square is a better name than Shaw.
Square.
Luke says, I miss anything good? It depends on what you think is good.
Yes.
Came up
I
and
feel like you...
That and
Karrion
Bobby-
Kross just wrestled, and right before that, Keith Lee wrestled Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, that was the open challenger. Keith Lee came came back, but he lost.
Yeah, he lost within like 5 minutes. Bobby kind of ran right through him.
Karrion Kross, he lost to Jeff.
Karrion Kross lost in 1 minute and 35 seconds to Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, he used the ropes to like pin him.
He did cheat, but
and
still.
the ref didn't see it.
A minute 35, he lost to Jeff Hardy. Karrion Kross did. The NXT champion, and he had the belt with him. Like, I was like, oh, he's going to win this one handedly, and he lost.
Yeah. Sophie says Vince didn't watch NXT, though, and Desmond says, yes, you did, Keith Lee. Alita says, okay, I'm getting sleepy, and Ayla says, yeah, Stevie Wonder, Luke, so basically you missed everything. Exactly. What Ayla said. Desmond says Karrion Kross. Desmond says Elias versus Jackson Riker Symphony of Destruction.
Oh, yeah.
And as Luke says, sorry, I missed everything, Ayla. I'm at work. Yeah, you totally missed Stevie Wonder. He can see
no
clear.
holiday to celebrate.
It was like,
all right.
Yeah, Luke, it was pretty magical.
It's official.
Robbie's like, Vince too busy swimming in his money to care. He's like Scrooge McDuck.
He's got his nephews over.
Chris is like, well, there's no way to explain Cross loss, but maybe you could say Cross is too busy dealing with Joe on NXT and his mind wasn't in the right place tonight. That's why he lost, but WWE couldn't tell that.
Yep. And that's probably the facts.
Looks like so. It took less than 24 hours for WWE to do WWE things with NXT people. Figures. Totally.
Yeah, Keith Lee lost. I mean, but it was a good match, and you can't beat Bobby right now, so you can't blame that one. That was about 6 minutes. It was about 5 minutes and 50 seconds.
And now you have
Rhea
the
Ripley.
new Women's Raw champion against the former Women's champion.
Yeah, rematch from last night for the title. So Charlotte could lose the title in 1 day. Less than 24 hours. That's over 24 hours.
And Desmond's like, y'all wrong. No, we're not. We're completely right. You know what? You just made the list. Again! Boy, you are on a roll tonight, aren't you?
You just made the list.
Rob is like, Friday's guest on the Gab, Stevie Wonders. Sophie says, it looks like a SummerSlam we might get some info about the next WWE 2K22 game. So excited, thrilled out of my pants. Lily's like, D is not going to let that slide whatsoever.
1, 2.
And Desmond's like, imagine Stevie in the WWE. He wouldn't even find the ring. It'd be hilarious. What? Oh, that's not funny.
There's about 15 minutes for this match, guys, and that's about it. So are we going to see Becky at the end of this?
I don't know. Not very much time left, considering. So it was like, do you think they will mention that Cross lost tonight for tomorrow's show? You'll have to watch it and tell us because we don't watch it. Rob is like, D, you're on the list too. Oh, hell no, I ain't, Robbie.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. They're not going to put that in their storylines.
Desmond's like, write me down. Luke's like, ooh, someone is on the list. Can I ban them? LOL, just kidding, just kidding. Desmond's like, Steve not knowing who Vince is. He has to touch his face to know. And Vince is like, oh, don't touch me. He's in this weird
rolls him up.
face.
1, 2. Rhea almost had it right there. A little small package.
Desmond's like, I wrote Travis and D, okay, the list. Oh, yeah? You can't
Picks
make
her
the
up,
list.
rolls
Our
behind.
list.
Rhea into the ropes. Rhea's very lackluster, isn't she?
Well, she has a broken knee.
Is that what it is?
She
Is
can't
that why
really
she's
do much.
is that why she's so slow and
Maybe she's broken from yesterday.
Huh.
And Ayla's like, yes, Luke, ban them all.
there's a drop kick by Rhea. 1, 2. So close. Charlotte kicks out. 2K22. Rhea picking her up by her hair.
Maybe that's why she's
She
not
didn't
doing
sleep?
So good. She didn't get enough sleep last night because
Oh,
she lost
shit.
the title. Because she's so terrible. Just kidding.
Big clothesline. She spills out to the floor. That didn't look like it hurt her knee, though, did it? Yes, it did. It jammed her knee. And they kicked in the knee.
Desmond's making his own list.
She's probably got water on the knee.
She has water on the knee. Desmond's like, my pen and paper is ready. Ricochet made the list for being trash. Liv is okay on the list for being a crybaby. Rob is like, Desmond, facts. Desmond's like, Dia's on the list because she put me on the list. That's just how it works. Wouldn't that just zero it out. I mean, my God, if you're
Charlotte throws Rhea into the
putting
ring.
on lists, this zeroes out everything.
Rhea's knee's completely done.
Oh, she break it? Break it again.
The referee won't let him wrestle. Now if Rhea wins this, it's the referee's fault because it's bullshit. It's a wrestling match. If that's then stop the fight.
Yeah. Stop it. You're going to have to stop
If you're not going to let him wrestle, then you stop the fight.
That's right.
It's over.
Stupid ref. You don't even know how to do your job. You just made the list.
Put him on the list.
Put him on the list.
Referee.
It says, you did miss someone in chat thinking I was in love with him. He called me a hoe for sure.
A home wrecker.
A hoe for sure. So, who was that? When did that happen?
It was a while back.
Was I not here?
Of course you were here.
Oh. Who said the home wrecker thing? That's
I
a long
did. That
time.
was me.
Oh, that's right.
I just-
You have to delete Travis. Delete him.
Deleted.
Delete him. You have to ban Travis. He's not allowed. So besides, I wonder how many people who watches Raw don't watch NXT. I'm one of those people that don't watch NXT either.
You know, I bet you there's a whole bunch of people. There's at least 1.5 million, at least, that don't watch NXT that watch Raw.
Yes. So Luke is like, okay, everybody. Luke is a very big Liv fan, so everybody calm down. Making fun of Liv about her crybaby ways. Luke's like, okay, back off of Liv, or you'll make my list, and you really don't want that. Ooh, I'm scared. Sorry. Ooh. Terrifying. Go back to work, Luke. Are you supposed to be making money right now? Does says Travis made the list because he is so into Bobby Lashley.
The Almighty.
Greg Clary's in the chat. Hey, Greg says, hi, guys. Hello. Robbie's like, Ayla laughing. Alita's like, I watch NXT. And Desmond's like, 1 million. Ayla's like, y'all on my list. Desmond's like, NXT pulls like 700,000. Desmond says Raw pulls like 1.5 million. Ayla's like, The Fiend, but not Tyler, the other one. Oh, that one. Pretty sure he was joking around. That's
From
Matthew
Alabama.
From Alabama. Desmond says, look, you made the list for sticking up for Liv. She's a crybaby that needs a bottle. Luke, you gotta laugh. Just laugh. Just laugh. Take a deep breath. Deep breaths, okay? Just laugh. Oh, leave Desmond alone. We're all having a good time. So it's like, how many of those 700,000 people also watch Raw every week?
It's tough. I have no idea. I know SmackDown gets bigger numbers, but it's because it's on a Friday.
Oh, looks like I'm in charge, so I make money by telling others what to do while I'm on my phone, lol. Oh, Alina's like me. It was like, Duluthia, you ignored Sasha's wallet. Of course you were here kidding. Sausage wallet.
So there's about 7 minutes left.
I was like, Ayla, what's your list? A shopping list? Ayla's like, no, I don't think so, because he never came back. Sophie's like, bye. And Desmond's like, Luke, you have been X'd out of the list.
He crossed him off the list.
You're like, no, you're not on the list anymore. I couldn't erase your name because my eraser's really bad, so.
Either that or he wrote it in pen.
I always write stuff in pen. It was like, you don't get to know my list. Desmond's like, Becky made the list for not showing up yet. There you go. Looks like they're going to say, let's stealing my insults.
All right, it looks like they're letting it
You're
continue.
You're going to share your sausage wallet and stuff. You know what? You know, it's going to be stolen.
Oh, that's
People are going to
disgusting.
be calling other people's sausage wallets. It has to happen. That's all there is to it.
Oh, right down on that knee.
Again? Awesome. Why is the ref still making this happen? Desmond's
I
like,
don't
I have a pin. Robbie's like, Ayla and her long list. And he was like, I had to. I didn't know if I could say the S word. Slut. You're such a slut, Ayla. Slut. Just kidding. Chris says, Crush should have choked the life out of that ring announcer.
Right.
Desmond's like, Goldberg
Oh,
made the
Kevin
list
Patrick.
for returning.
I thought she was going to roll her up right there. She's too close to the ropes.
Oh, there's her butt. Right into the turnbuckle. Head first.
Her butt looks like 2 eggs in a hanky. Oh!
In a good way or not?
No, it's not good.
Not in a good way?
Just tiny little eggs. Her butt's like bloop.
It It's like, yeah, share your sausage wallet, all of you. Oh, for sure. Desmond says I made the list for putting people on the list. Chris is like, Ayla, question mark? Ayla's like, Ayla, are you doing trollop things again? She's just a fucking homewrecker, dude. It's all she does. She comes in the chat and all the men fall in love with her. It's ridiculous.
Big clothesline by Rhea. Here it is.
We know
Rhea's
you're totally
offense.
obsessed, Luke.
Rhea's offense. Kicked her with that knee. Look, all of a sudden her knee's better. She's using both legs.
Oh, she couldn't put her full force into it because she had to take that. She couldn't use that knee. Roberta says, y'all have a good night. See y'all for SmackDown Live Friday. Sweet Roberta,
Have a good night.
If you want to hang out with us for AEW on Wednesday,
We will be here on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Rob says, D made the list for making the list. I do not. I am the list. Desmond says, Travis versus Desmond. And Chris says, Ayla is a harlot. According to some people. Oh, Lita's LOL. Oh, goodness.
All right, Charlotte going up top. That's just dumb. She's going to do that big moonsault. That big moonsault. She's going to get screwed here.
Is she going to make it? Is she doing it?
She's going to be a sausage wallet.
Oh.
There it is. But that hurt Rhea.
Oh,
Rhea's punching her own
okay,
knee.
That's weird and stupid and so strange. It was like, it's Ho for sure.
Is she going to put her in it?
Ho for sure.
There it is. Rhea's going to put her in the figure 4.
Oh.
Now she's trying to break that ankle, too. Look at all the torque. Charlotte's going to have to tap. Oh, she turned it over. Now the pressure's reversed. It's not really reversed.
No, it's not. It's
But in wrestling it is.
Yes, it's totally
pretty funny.
reversed.
It's like a move that could not possibly hurt. Love it.
Totally. It's amazing. Rob is like, Ayla, just trolling tonight. Keep trolling. Exactly. Playboy. Starlight Glimmer's like, I'm out of here. See you Friday. Bye.
Take care.
Dustin says, well, gotta continue my list with writing. Y'all have a good night. I will be back with the list on Wednesday for Dynamite.
All right, we will be
See
here.
if Becky returns. Good night. You just made the list.
46 hours.
Chris is like, Ayla, give me some Becky. LOL.
Here it is. Riptide. She hit her with it.
Ooh.
Right in the center of the ring. New champion.
There, her foot.
Oh, Charlotte's foot's on the rope. The veteran. What a veteran move.
Totally veteran.
Couldn't be more veteran than that. Say veteran one more time.
It was like, I talked to a dude in chat, and I'm trying to lure him in with my mystical woman ways.
She's a witch.
You're such a slut. You're homewrecker.
Charlotte just grabbing her belt and leaving.
Well, she can't keep her belt with
She
that.
can do whatever she wants.
She doesn't have to stay.
Is Becky going to show up at the top of the ramp? There's just not enough time.
That guy's like, I totally touched her.
Oh, she hit her with it. That's a disqualification. There it is. DQ. Rhea wins. Rhea got that win over Charlotte finally. Hasn't she done that before?
Yes. But what the funny part of it is that she did not win the title.
Of course she didn't.
So there you got that.
So no Becky.
Luna's like, good night. God bless her. Is like, yeah. Ooh, is that how it works?
There's still 1 minute left. There's no time for anything exciting. It's over.
There's no time for anything very exciting unless somebody just walks out, smiles, points. Oh, she got kicked by Rhea. Kicked her. Oh.
Charlotte ain't having it, though. Charlotte's tough. So are they going to keep this going?
Oh.
They're obviously keeping it going, so we're going to see this at SummerSlam then?
Probably.
Who's this?
Nikki
Ash.
Nuh-uh.
She's going to cash in, guys. Here comes the Ash.
Is she really? Don't do it.
Look at all that Ash.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
There's enough time. She's cashing in, guys.
Like, no, Nikki, cash in. Don't do it! Oh.
It's official. As long as...
As long as what?
They gotta ring the bell. There it is. It's official! It's official! She's gotta win it. And she did it!
Oh my god!
Nikki Ash!
This is Charlotte again! She had the belt for less than a fucking day! Oh my god, that's hilarious!
Nikki Ash is your new women's champion!
Oh my god! Wow!
Nikki
Wow.
Ash.
Oh my god! They did it to Charlotte again. That's fucking hilarious.
And all she hit her with was a crossbody. Love it. Nikki Ash is your new women's champion on Raw. That just happened.
Hilarious.
We have a new. All those people left.
Oh my god, that's too funny. Too funny. Too funny. That is so funny.
Oh my god.
They literally did that to Charlotte. They're like, so we'll let you be champion. But
Charlotte just doesn't have long title reigns.
you cannot be a long title reigning person.
Holy shit.
Desmond says, this is why I stayed. As Robbie says, Ash attack. Chris says, damn, Nikki looks hot. Chris says, no, Nikki cash in. Desmond's like, WTF. As Robbie says, yes, new champ Ash. Luna says, yes, I saw. It was like, do you believe in love after love? I could turn back time. And Luke says, LOL, okay, I am now okay with Nikki winning Money in the Bank, LOL.
Wow,
Oh,
Charlotte.
Godflesh is like, yeah. Robbie's like, first Bailey, now Ash with a win on Square. Roberto says, holy shit. Alina's like, LOL, oh geesh. Robbie says, I think Square is going to take a break from WWE, that's why. And Desmond says, OMG.
That is unbelievable.
That is freaking insane. As Chris says, I told you. He was like, yeah, she's going to come down to catch her tonight. I kind of expected that they would at least let Charlotte have the title for a little bit
I said
longer
it last
than they
night.
normally
I was like,
do.
in order to make it legitimate, she has to keep it till WrestleMania.
Yeah.
She lost it 25 hours later.
Oh, I don't even think it was 25.
Oh no, it was in the second hour of last night's pay-per-view.
Yeah, I guess.
Second or third hour.
Yeah, so I guess it was a little over 24. Oh my god, that's too funny though. Des was like, Charlotte is on the list for losing the title for being so slow. But you know, the funny part is, you guys say that that's the first time Charlotte. Actually, remember the whole thing about when Nikki Cross, before she became almost a superhero, she beat Rhea and Charlotte with her shenanigans and beat them both with countouts and legitimately beat them. She just used her noggin instead of, you know, her wrestling skills. But she does have wrestling skills, by the way. Like, Nikki Cross isn't like some piece of crap, a person who doesn't know how to wrestle or anything. But it's just, that's funny. That's fucking hilarious.
Nikki, you're going to win Money in the Bank. Nikki, you're going to be world champion. And the bad news is we're firing your husband.
Right? Looks like, oh no, that works out great. You know, can I do a superhero gimmick during all this crap? Oh yeah, totally. That sounds like a great idea. Sweet. Totally with you. Looks like I was afraid that Nikki having the briefcase would be turned into a long-running stupid gimmick, but this makes it better, right? Like, she's goofy, but now she doesn't have to be goofy with the...
Who the hell is going to be her opponent at SummerSlam?
Holy shit, I don't know.
That's, I mean...
Liv at her. Robbie
can't do
says
that,
Ash
wrong
deserves her flat... Oh, is she on...
She's SmackDown.
Oh, that's right. She's on SmackDown. Robbie's like, Ash deserves her flowers. Desmond says, not even close. Missy says, good night, y'all. It looks like Night Guy's going to catch a death clow and fight in the Institute. Nice. Luda says, good night. Desmond says, Nikki is a real superhero. She's undefeated, I think. So he's like, I'm surprised that they did the title change tonight. Travis called that censure one tonight. Robbie says, for once, WWE giving the title to someone deserving. And Desmond's like, damn, Rhea, Becky may pop. Good night. And Luke says it will either be a fatal three-way at SummerSlam between Nikki, Flair, and Rhea, or it will be Nikki versus Alexa. It's like that's a possibility too. Throw Alexa at her a little bit.
It does look like Alexa has something going on with Eva. If that's over with by then.
Right.
If
true.
that's over with, yes.
Very true. Very true.
But that's a long running feud.
True. Yeah.
But I would like to see that have more meaning than the women's title. Like, if Nikki wins, she gets Alexa's soul back and she turns back into the goddess.
Oh yeah.
Or something.
Right.
A little bit more involved in that, because this gimmick that they're running with her is
It's starting to like peter out.
It's because
unless they bring something else different to it, because
Right.
it's just not. I mean, at first it was kind of cool and funny, and it was kind of like dark and everything like that. But now they made it kind of giggly and like kind of.
And they took away from Bray made it, and it worked. When Bray left it, it didn't work.
Right.
It's slowing down.
Yeah. Sophie says maybe Becky is showing up on SmackDown this week. Desmond says Nikki versus Dewdrop, and Desmond says Nikki versus Eva. All right,
Yeah,
well, guys.
I feel that Becky needs to be on SmackDown because then she can get the title over there.
Yeah, and then
Because I don't see her on Raw. Because if she's on Raw, then she's not with Seth.
Yeah,
and
they're married and have
babies.
babies.
So
yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna call it a night. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. As Luke says, WWE trying to turn Alexa into an American Horror Story character is so stupid. Yeah, it's gotten to like it's just kind of petering out. It started out like a good idea, but and I don't know if
it never went
anywhere. She's like. If she's helping with creative or even if Bray Wyatt's kind of helping with it, if they were, I don't see it. Like, before you could kind of see that input's happening, but I'm not sure what they're doing with it now, and so it's just kind of weird to me. But, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna say bye and goodnight for now. We'll see you guys again on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. That is Fighter Fight 2, Night 2. So join us for that, and thank you, everybody, for watching Raw with us.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gap. Bye-bye.
Bye.